We've got emergency vehicles right now on 6440 going westbound before Mason, and that's got the right lane blocked.
It is another beast going through our afternoon. Partly sunny, hot, and humid. This should be the hottest day of this long-lasting heat wave. 99 to 100 degrees. We have not hit 100 degrees in this heat wave. Should be just short of the record of 103 from 1999. Mostly clear, warm, and humid tonight. 90s for evening plans, 79 for the low. Wednesday, partly sunny. Now, Wednesday is still hot and humid, but there will be a couple of thunderstorms around. 94 on Wednesday. Thursday, partly sunny. A couple of showers and thunderstorms around, but better temperatures as a backdoor cold front comes through fairly early in the morning. 84 on Thursday. Friday, sunny, 70s to near 80 degrees. Excellent weather. Temperatures right through the weekend. Hang in there. It's coming. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Right now, the sun is shining. It's 93. The feels like is 99 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
This report is sponsored by McKelvey Homes.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan at McKelvey Homes. Have you always wished for a brand new home in an established neighborhood? Select one of our move-in ready custom homes throughout St. Louis, or we will build on your lot. Visit McKelveyhomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis, DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday to you. Last terrible day for a while. Dave didn't say anything like this is our last really bad stint of heat. I mean, doesn't it feel like a pretty long time that we've been going through this?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
We haven't had relief in quite some time.
Like noteworthy.
Oh, yes.
I mean, my house is just closed up. I'm sure your guys' is closed up. Windows are closed. Doors are closed. Just trying to, bleh. Yeah.
So I have like a laundry drying rack on my back porch.
Bragger.
She never stops bragging.
Yeah,
does she?
I mean, not to reveal too much about my lifestyle, but yesterday I was hanging up some wet clothes and it was just like, even the 8 minutes it took to do that, I'm like, I would like to go inside now. So shout out to everybody who works outside. You people are superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I have left the house, which hasn't been much, as little as I can. Over the past 2 weeks, you're like, okay, this is gonna be fun. Going outside, you step outside, like, oh my god, this is hell.
Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. It's supposed to be really nice though later on in the week, like I've been saying, just in time for me to go to Florida, where I guess it's just the way Florida is. It's like 88 every day. Just kind of temperate.
88, and it will rain for 45
Which
minutes
is kind of nice.
An hour and a half. Yeah, and that totally, I think, cuts that humidity and heat.
Hello to Kevin Wheeler. He's probably around Evansville about now.
I was thinking Indiana.
Yeah.
Hey, Wheels.
He is driving to North Carolina to help his daughter move and then spending the night and driving back. So he will be back for the show on Friday. I will be out Friday because I've done nothing to get ready for my vacation. But in fairness, I took the Friday off like a couple months ago. So
yeah.
You're totally fine. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody.
I know. I just always feel like I do.
You can walk right out that door and nobody can say nothing.
Yeah, who's going to stop me?
Who's going to stop you?
Actually, please don't do that, though.
If you wouldn't mind. Yeah, if it's not too much trouble.
Remember my very first day on the show ever, October 16th of 2000, when the light came on and there was about a 5-second gap. And during that gap, I was thinking to myself, I don't think I can beat everyone up here, but I know I'm faster than anyone here. I'm just going to run.
Yeah.
Like, I really, really thought that.
Can't catch
This is going to be really embarrassing. It's going to be a bad little story in my life. Like, hey, I heard you did a radio show for 5 minutes. So I'm not above running. Just going to get that out there.
It's like that Occurrence at Owl Creek book where it all takes place in the moments before his death. You're
Yes,
like
it's just like that.
Yes.
you're like
We
living
all know that one.
I've always said that.
you're living a world where you're like explaining to people, yes, I had a radio show for just 5 minutes, but this is how I got out of it. Now I'm doing other things.
An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge is an 1890 short story by American writer and American Civil War veteran Ambrose Bierce.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good like Final Jeopardy question, I think.
Yeah.
What war was Ambrose Bierce in? Why, the Civil one.
Is that one of the bases for a Twilight Zone episode?
Oh, yeah. It's been adapted 100. Like every
Okay.
3 or so years, there's like a new adaptation that comes out. Because it's a great story. It's about a guy who's about to be hung for, I think, maybe deserting or something like that. Some Civil War-y type crime. And when he's about to be
Eating
hung,
too much hardtack.
Yeah, he stole all the hardtack, exactly. And so he breaks free and he like escapes, and it's this chronicle of him like escaping into this new life. And then at the end of the story, it's revealed that it is all a fantasy that is going through his head in the moments between when the crank is pulled and he is dropped below the bridge and hung. So it's a very cool story and ripe for a million different parodies and adaptations and all that stuff.
We've got some stuff like that. Not exactly like that. But at 1:30, we have our pal Avi Loeb, who is the head of astronomy at Harvard. I always like saying that. I'm sure he does the same thing with me. It's like, I'm going on my buddy's show who does a radio show in St. Louis.
He is the head of radio shows in St. Louis.
Missouri. Just putting it out there. And he'll be talking about this new outside of our solar system visitor that we have that they think may be alien tech again. He has a good time.
Yeah.
He's having a good time with his astronomy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
doing
he knows
interesting
that
stuff.
guy from the Coldplay video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was he asking Avi, was he that kind of astronomer? Or was he like some other kind?
Did you know him? Can we talk a little bit about the shooter from yesterday?
Yeah.
Very quickly. And here's the whole thing. Very quickly, we knew who the person was, that they had traveled across the country, that they were mad at the NFL because they played football when they were younger and believed that they had CTE. I have no reason to believe that he didn't based on the decisions that he made. He took the wrong elevator to the wrong floor and killed the wrong people when he was trying to get to the NFL offices on the 5th floor, went to the building offices on the 33rd floor. So I just feel like we know everything we need to know about him. There's no need to have him on the front page of Drudge. There's no need to have this be the news cycle for the next 48 hours. Let the FBI, let the New York police, let CIA, whoever it is that thinks that they need to know about this person, know about him. But, like, have you ever heard one scintilla of information about the guy that tried to shoot Trump and shot him in the ear?
Not really.
Next to none.
It's just gone. And I'm okay with that. I am not a big conspiracy theorist where I think, oh, I bet he was blah, blah, blah. No, he's probably just some crazy young person who got a wild hair, got really lucky, almost got really lucky, but didn't. And now he's in the annals of history. And I just feel like with shooters like this, especially one like this, where it seems fairly like none of us are going to understand it, but we can go, okay, I understand what he's saying. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's disrespectful to the people who passed away. We're still,
No, I don't understand how investigating this person publicly honors the victim's memories at
No.
all. Like
No.
to focus on the person who did this is actually maybe more. I had seen a headline earlier. It was like, who are the victims in the New York City shooting attack? And I was like, this is a nice change of pace. We're going to focus on the innocents in the situation rather than just like rolling around in whatever we can about this guy. I was on Reddit earlier today and I saw someone had posted a video of this guy in high school, like a post-football game interview that the high school television station shot or something. And I didn't watch it with the sound on. I just kind of clicked through just to see what the vibe of the video was. And I really didn't understand what the point of posting something like that was. Like, am I supposed to feel bad for the shooter? That's the only way it makes any sense to put that out for everyone to see, to be like, see, he was just a high school kid playing football. Like, what are we doing here? I don't understand why we there reaches a certain point where you're going in on someone so hard that you have actually started to celebrate them. And we in the media need to be much more mindful of what we're celebrating and what we're just putting too much exposure into. Just be a little bit more mindful. I've
agree.
said this for years. Like we don't need to put the Boston Bomber on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. You would have thought that would have been a wake-up call for a lot of people in the media, and it hasn't been.
Can we cover the Sydney Sweeney jeans things in a couple of minutes here? Just knock them all out.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't seen this, Sydney Sweeney, who I swear to you does absolutely nothing for me and never has. I have eyes. I can see her. She's a lovely young woman. I get it. But nothing. Just nothing. So she doesn't have the effect on me that she seems to with the masses. But they just did sort of an homage ad for American Eagle jeans. An homage to the Who's My Girl
Brooke
from
Shields.
Brooke Shields, which was really troublesome back when I was a kid. I remember that coming out when I was a kid. And now they're talking about it being eugenics because she talks about my genes are responsible for this and my eye color and I'm blue. And she says it's very creepy. It's very weird. It's very off-putting. It's very stilted. It's very tone deaf. But a lot of people are just like, I can't believe you're straight up advertising eugenics. Thoughts?
I don't think they're advertising eugenics.
Well, it's not just that, right? Like it's that in the context, as Kamala would say, you exist within the context of the society and the things that people have been talking about in the society, right? That doesn't make any sense. What I'm saying is we have seen
He's about to reference Owl Creek again.
we have seen overall in the media and in the way products are advertised to us in the past few years a very conservative bend as society becomes more conservative to kind of bend to the wills of what Trump wants before he tries to sue you for not having like a racial slur as your name. And I think in that context, it does raise an eyebrow.
So you think they're being MAGA friendly?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But she's selling jeans. So when she talks about the jeans and she says, my jeans are blue, she's talking about her blue. I mean, look, here's the thing. There might be a wink and a nod to the eugenics thing. Maybe. But I think we, as a society, make a mistake when we're like, can you believe this? It's Nazi propaganda. Like, is it really? It's an American Eagle jeans commercial. You actually don't have to let it affect you at all. Like, you could just look at it and say, oh, that's stupid, and move on with your day. But when we cause this huge uproar about, like, they're pushing eugenics. But they're not. They're selling jeans. They're actually really, really happy that you're having this eugenics conversation because American Eagle is getting way more word of mouth than they have gotten in years. Nobody shops at American Eagle anymore.
To kind of agree with you, Rach, I see the double entendre. I understand the double meaning. I don't know why they would want any eugenics out there. But like, what's the long game? Are you encouraging? Are there scientists out there who were dabbling in eugenics, but now that they've seen Sydney Sweeney's ad, they're going to go full bore? Like, I don't understand.
Well, the thing is, people are upset because it's like, oh, she's blonde haired, she's blue eyed, and she's talking about her good genes. Okay, I mean, people of all different eye colors and hair colors have great genes. Just because there's nothing inherently wrong with having blonde hair and blue eyes, is there?
But what they're advertising is not eugenics. They're advertising pants. But it's what who they're trying to get the attention of. It's what
Which
they're
is white
saying,
people?
which is white people who maybe think their genes are superior to other people.
I think that's a real
Fascinating.
reach. I think that's a huge reach. I think Sydney Sweeney is like the hottest young star out there right now. And the whole thing, she is beautiful. She fits the traditional Western standard of beauty like to a 10. Absolutely. To say she has good genes, to immediately jump to, that means you're a Nazi. It's like, wait, what? So people with blonde hair and blue eyes, we can't find them attractive anyway. And I'm not trying to like advocate for what it's crazy that this conversation has spawned out of this 30-second video of like the hot girl pulling on her pants and saying she has good genes. People are like, oh, clearly this is a eugenics message. I watched the ad. I didn't see this like blatant racism that everyone else is seeing.
Do you think it's going to blow back on her in any appreciable way?
No.
I don't think it would be possible for something to blow back on her. I think she just lives her life as like a hot girl doing clothes ads. You know what I mean? Like, and being in movies or whatever. Like, I don't think any of this has any effect on her in any way. I think she's going to do whatever she was already going to do because she probably isn't even aware of this happening.
Good discussion. You know that Wheeler's having his version of this discussion in his car right now, really, really loudly.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-408-4040. That's 800-408-4040. 800-408-4040.
Tell you guys about Neovitin. It is couldn't be simpler. It is a multivitamin that has 20 ingredients, not just vitamins, but antioxidants and omega-3 fish oils. You take 2 pills a day. It was created in St. Louis by my friend and Dr. Ken Rubicki. Ken has since passed. He created Neovitin because he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And if anyone's ever dealt with that, it's typically less than 5% chance of survival. It's very aggressive, and he beat it. He was always very careful. Dave, don't ever let on that Neovitin cured me. It didn't. The doctors cured me. But Neovitin gave me the strength to continue practicing medicine and running and doing marathons and such. So he created Neovitin. He and his son, Tommy, who was just a little sprig of a thing when I met him 15 years or so ago. Now he's the CEO. It has gone from Schnucks and Deerbergs here locally to across the country, across the Midwest, Chicago, Iowa, because it is a very, very good product. You can find it at Schnucks and Deerbergs or neovitin.com.
Hi, my name is Christina Straight, the owner of Straight Realty, and I'm asking you, what do you want in a realtor? Do you want experience? I've been a broker for over 21 years. Do you want to know how much I've sold? I've sold over $500 million, yes, $1 billion with a B, in sales. Do you want value? I now list properties for only 2%. So, if you're looking for all these things and want the best, then call me, 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and non-negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
Calling all soccer fans, the Premier League is coming to STL. St. Louis City SC will host English Premier League giants Aston Villa Football Club, Wednesday, July 30th, 7:30 p.m. at Energizer Park. Reserve your seat for this historic match now at stlcitysc.com/tickets. Wednesday, July 30th at 7:30 p.m. That's stlcitysc.com/tickets. St. Louis City versus Aston Villa, presented by Purina.
That baby's gone!
Cardinals fans, FanDuel Sports Network is your home of the Cardinals.
That ball was mashed.
And there are more ways to watch this season.
Holy cow!
Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network to stream the Cardinals without blackouts.
How about that play?
Or watch through a TV provider.
Incredible!
Including DirecTV, Spectrum, Xfinity, Fubo, and more.
He got it!
Learn more at cardinals.com/TV.
Ball game! It couldn't have worked out any better for the Cardinals.
11:20 a.m., 104.1 FM, and streaming on the Odyssey app. KMOX is with you, however you listen, wherever you listen.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Man, do I have the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
This was not in the zone. This was not drug-induced. This was in the middle of the night. So I was sleeping and dreaming, and I'm a very light sleeper. So I will wake up any number of times during the night, and I will go to my little notes section of my phone, and I will make notes for the show. And I was having this weird thing last night, and it's impossible to describe this part because it's just like dreamy, kind of doesn't make any sense. But then I had the $6 Million Man, Steve Austin, show up. And my first question to him was, where's Bigfoot? And he was like, how the hell am I supposed to know where Bigfoot is? Ever since I hung out that guy one time, everyone wants to know where he is every single time. It's getting on my nerves. I'm like, sorry, Steve Austin. Let's just do cool Steve Austin stuff. But I was so taken by that comment that I forced myself to wake up enough to put in my notes last night at 3:22 a.m. People are going to ask Steve Austin where Bigfoot is.
Yeah.
They're going to want it. Look, he's the one. If anyone's going to know, he's going to know.
Now, here's what's fascinating about this. I was awake. Like, I was in a weird state, but I was fully awake.
It happens. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times where I've been like, this is going to make for an interesting segment on the show.
Yeah, here goes 2 segments.
Exactly. And then a couple hours later, I look at what I put on the sheet, and I'm like, why did I think that was going to take off in any way? I don't know.
You wonder if that's how stupid people are. If they're just like their whole life is just one bad idea after another.
What's the longest that you've gone after waking up thinking that a dream is still the reality? Like, I have hopped out of my morning.
Probably last till morning.
No, but I mean, like, after you wake up. Like, you're
Yeah,
awake
I mean,
and starting your day, and your brain is
never
still
more
thinking
than a few seconds of like, oh my God. But like, dreams have stayed with me really effectively until the next morning. Where I just can't, like this one. This is the dumbest dream I've had in so long, but I couldn't get out of my head. And I believed with all my heart that the people would be like, yes, you're absolutely right.
I don't know if I've ever told you this. A handful of years ago, I had a dream that you and I found a baby, and we had to raise it together. And so we were
like SpongeBob and Patrick?
Yes, we were like SpongeBob and Patrick trying to co-parent a little baby girl. Her name was Haven. She had a name. And when I woke up and I found out that this was not real, it was like I felt like a loss. I felt like I didn't, like, you know what I mean? I felt like I was like, I missed that little baby. Little baby was so cute.
I feel like the guy who got kissed by the NFL player. Did you see this story?
No.
An NFL player playfully kissed his coworker on the forehead. The guy did not think it was funny, and that guy got fired. The guy who did the kissing.
The kissing guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you mean he playfully kissed him on the forehead?
He said he just did it playfully. He was just kidding around. Like, I don't know whether the guy was laying down, getting a massage, or at his locker. I just know that he kissed him on the head. The guy didn't appreciate being kissed on the head, and now that NFL player is without a job.
Okay.
Interesting.
Now you can't forehead kiss your buddies. I don't.
Yeah, this is one
or
of those
have dreams
things.
that you're raising children together.
This country is so messed up.
That's one of those things where it's like, man, I wish there was like a video of the incident so you could better judge. Because just the facts of the case, it's like, well,
Could be
yeah, if
anything.
it was in a joking way, if the guy was in a compromised position, I mean, it could probably just don't kiss people.
Yeah, I mean,
at work.
The obvious answer is that if you're at work, don't go smooching people. But it's also like, you know.
Or talking about raising babies with them.
I don't see it. I thought that was sweet. I thought it was nice.
Haven.
Haven was her name.
Was she like a newborn baby?
Yeah, real little.
That's nice.
No precociousness there.
How was that as a co-parent?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Not great.
I don't remember.
I had my holes.
I don't remember like who was the better parent out of the two of us.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I just remember some definite like odd couple shenanigans.
Okay, fair enough. I'm uncomfortable. Tell you guys about the Gelman team, and my life has been pretty much the same for the past couple of months, ever since Neil Gelman was on the show, and he very openly and candidly answered my question about how is the real estate market. He said it's not good nationally, definitely a buyer's market, may want to set this one out, but locally it's fair. It's not great, it's not terrible, it is fair. But to get a fair deal, you're going to have to do your work. You're not going to be able to stumble into a good deal. You're not going to be able to bad real estate agent your way into a really good deal. You're going to have to good real estate your agent into that. Now, the good news is you're not going to pay more for the Gelmans than you will for most other real estate agents. They're all going to be charging about the same, but you're going to get that great Gelman wisdom. And it's almost like they have foreknowledge, you know. They have done so many deals. They do so many deals every year. They've done them in your neighborhood. We have great examples from some of our listeners. Ryan and Laura were relocating outside St. Louis, purchased a new home while their current home in Frontenac was listed for $2.1 million. Sold it on the 5th day. Multiple contracts over the asking price. You don't feel like you have to have a $2 million home to do business with the Gelmans. Find out what your home is worth on the front page of thegelmanteam.com or call 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey. I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM, your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We can get more sleep, we can get more sun, and we can get more exercise, but the one thing we can't get more of is time. It's time to eliminate the one phrase that could be holding you back from reaching your retirement goals. I'll take care of it tomorrow. It's time to pick up the phone and make the call to Gary Goldberg and the team at Financial and Tax Strategies, 314-991-9005, or online at checkwithgary.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial, Inc., an FFC registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Gary Goldberg, NPN number 918615.
Dave Murray's forecast is sponsored by Siding Express and sidingexpress.com.
Ick is the word again on this Tuesday afternoon. Partly sunny, hot and humid, 99 to 100 degrees this afternoon. This should be the hottest of the heat wave, but it's going to continue through Wednesday. Tonight, mostly clear. It's warm, it's humid, 79, 90s for evening plans. Wednesday, partly sunny, still hot and humid, but let's add a couple of thunderstorms around on Wednesday, 94. Backdoor cold front coming through Wednesday night, late Wednesday night. Thursday, partly sunny, couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm, but much better temperatures. 84 for the high on Thursday. Friday, sunshine in the 70s to near 80 degrees. Excellent temperatures right through the weekend, mainly low 80s. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Transform your home with the beauty and durability of James Hardie Siding. At Siding Express, we specialize in James Hardie siding installation. Visit sidingexpress.com today to schedule a free consultation. That's sidingexpress.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by SCHEV.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they were very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
No paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Today, the Cards, the Marlins. Ameren Total Access 550. Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday. We have lots of friends of the show who are with us consistently. One of my favorite is the head of astronomy at Harvard University, Mr. Avi Loeb, and he joined us now. Avi, how are you, my friend?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, it's always a pleasure. We have really tracked your work over the years. I've watched it with such great interest. And as I understand it, there is another object that appears to be from outside of our solar system. Can you tell my audience about it?
Yeah, it was discovered on the 1st of July, just earlier this month. It's very different than the 2 previous ones that were spotted. In the sense that at its distance it's relatively bright, and if it were a solid object, it would have been 20 kilometers in diameter, bigger than the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs by a factor of 2, bigger than Manhattan Island. And moreover, it has a very unusual trajectory. It arrives at the inner part of the solar system, almost perfectly aligned with the orbital plane of the Earth around the Sun. So it will actually encounter both Jupiter, Mars, and Venus along its trajectory, come very close to them, with a probability of 1 in 20,000, that comes so close to them. Also, the chance of it being aligned with the orbit of the Earth is 0.2%. And when it arrives closest to the Sun, we will be on the opposite side. The Sun will eclipse this object for us, and we won't be able to observe it. And so all of these strange properties of the trajectory raise the question, was this trajectory designed? Is it special for a purpose? Or is it just a comet? We can't really, at the moment, we can't detect the cloud of gas around it. But as it comes closer to the Sun, if it's a comet, it will evaporate more vigorously, and we should be able to see dust and gas reflecting sunlight around it. So within a month or 2, we will know for sure whether it's a comet or not. But for now, it's very intriguing because obviously, if it's a technological object, the implications for humanity would be great.
So, Avi, I'm guessing that one of these days, if one of these objects truly is alien technology, some sort of a ship or some sort of a probe, that scientists like you will be having discussions like this, even if it turns out to be alien tech.
Well, we're entering a new era now because we have the Rubin Observatory that can discover an interstellar object every few months. And I think we should have an organization where that includes, for example, comet experts that will be able to assess if it's natural. And we should have a scale between 0 and 10 regarding the risk to humanity. 0 would correspond to a definitely natural object where we see a cometary tail and can tell that it's just a rock, an icy rock. But 10 would be an object that maneuvers, that has artificial lights, that may be technological. And in that organization, we should also have policymakers in case we do find one technological object among many rocks. And also psychologists, because they have to craft the message to the public in a way that will not create any panic. And I think it would be prudent of us not to assume that everything in the sky must be stones. You know, that would represent the Stone Age of space exploration. We should consider the possibility that there might be technological objects there, because we launched, 5 of them to interstellar space, Voyager 1, Voyager 2, Pioneer 10, Pioneer 11, and New Horizons. And within 10,000 years, they'll exit the outskirts of the Oort cloud of the solar system. And because we did it over the past 50 years, it's quite possible that a much more advanced civilization would do it with better technological capabilities. Yeah. Our gadgets will not be functional. They would be space trash in 10,000 years when they leave the solar system.
If you're just joining us, we're talking to our friend Avi Loeb, who's the head of astronomy at Harvard University. Avi, the last time we spoke, you were working on your finding in Papua New Guinea and the sphericals. How is that work going?
So we are currently analyzing the isotopes of the material that we retrieved. We're trying to see if they lie within the boundaries of solar system materials. I mean, we found an unusual chemical composition, but isotopes are much more difficult to change, and we're looking into that. I'm also leading the Galileo project, where we are building observatories. There are 2 observatories that we're assembling this summer, one in Pennsylvania, another one in Nevada. And there we are observing the entire sky all the time and searching for outliers, objects that behave in ways that do not represent human-made technologies, if they exist. And the hope is to analyze all the data we have about a few million objects every year with machine learning software, so that we can tell if any of them is not human-made. This is all very exciting, and now, of course, the frontier of interstellar objects, that was never studied until the last decade, because astronomers did not have those survey telescopes that allow them to find those.
Avi, what are the chances that other objects outside of our solar system have entered our solar system in time immemorial that we just don't have records of?
Oh, very high, because recorded human history is only about 8,000 years old. By the way, that's roughly the time when this object, 3I Atlas, the interstellar object that was just discovered, that's when it entered the outskirts of the solar system at 100,000 times the Earth-Sun separation. The age of the Earth is 4.5 billion years. And most of it is undocumented. And we just don't know what happened before we came to exist. And it's quite possible that there were lots of interesting things happening. One interesting question is whether there was any interstellar gardener that seeded Earth with either life or intelligent life before we came to exist.
Avi, what about on a much larger scale? I've always been such a fan of astronomy and astrophysics. I understand just a little bit of it, but I do understand the basics of the Big Bang, and that I've been reading with great interest that now that fellow scientists are thinking that perhaps it's going to come to a point where there's a big crunch, where within like 33 billion years or something like that would start in about 10 billion years. Can you tell my audience about that?
Yeah, so with respect to the future of the universe, if we use all the data we have right now, it seems like the universe will expand forever. It will not crunch if you just extrapolate based on what we know. But it appears to be expanding at a faster and faster rate. So there is an accelerated expansion, in which case, we will be left alone, surrounded by darkness, because all the distant galaxies that we can see now will exit from our cosmic horizon, and we won't be able to tell about anything that happens in them. So we don't know for sure. I mean, we're still trying to figure out the constituents of the universe. We don't know what most of the matter is. We call it dark matter. We don't know what drives this accelerated expansion. We call it dark energy. So depending on the properties of dark energy, the future can be different. But as of now, it looks like you shouldn't lose any sleep about a big crunch. Yeah.
Excellent. Avi, you're the best. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Very welcome.
Nice.
That's Avi Loeb. He's at Harvard.
I just like saying Harvard. It's like, that's our associate from Harvard.
We have so many connections to Harvard, so.
Yeah, that's just one of many.
He's one of our
many.
first.
The KMOX City SC Soccer Showcase, presented by Michelob Ultra. Heads to Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill on Lindbergh Thursday, August 7th. A limited number of fans can get an autograph or picture with City SC defensive midfielder Jake Gerwood Reich. Register to win great prizes. Enjoy great food and a cold drink. Hot Shots on Lindbergh, the place to be Thursday, August 7th from 6 to 8 p.m. for the City SC Soccer Showcase, presented by Michelob Ultra. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Soccer fans, St. Louis City SC hosts English Premier League giants, the Aston Villa Football Club. Wednesday, July 30th, 7:30 p.m. at Energizer Park. Reserve your seat for this historic match now at stlcitysc.com/tickets. St. Louis City versus Aston Villa, presented by Purina.
I said it before, I wish that in every business, restaurants and, you name it, that there was a Michael's Flooring type business. Because anytime you have salespeople, and my company has salespeople. Anytime you have salespeople, I start getting itchy, and I have straight up not purchased products and services because I don't want to deal with the salespeople, and I don't feel like they're being straight up with me. And Michael's Flooring, this is his entire business model. And when he went into the flooring business 30 years ago, you may remember it with all of the flying carpets and everything, that it was very much a popularity contest. It was very much, we can't just sell flooring, so what are we going to do to get attention? And then we're going to have to mark it up because we're doing all of this kind of shenanigans. And Mike said, look, everyone pays the same for the carpeting, Home Depot and Lowe's and Lumber Liquidators and Michael's, and then they mark it up and I mark it up. They just mark it up more. So this is going to be my business model. I'm going to mark it up less than anyone else. I will make less on every transaction, but hopefully once people figure this out, I will get a lot of transactions. That's it. That's all of it. Anytime I've talked to Mike, it's never been about strategy. It's always been just tell the people that I have the same stuff brand new in the box that everyone does, and I'm just going to charge them less. I'm going to treat them nicely. I'm going to look them in the eye. I'm going to shake their hands and tell them the truth. That's it. Sometimes I wish there was more to it. Give me a little more to talk about. But just talking about the simplicity and the honesty and just the complete candor, that's the whole gig right there. 3 locations. To find the nearest one to you, go to michaelsflooringoutlet.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Chris Ranji for Siteman Cancer Center, and you have to know that you are somebody's favorite person, and Your health matters not just to you, but it matters to people who care about you. Getting screened early for any cancer, whether it's colon or breast cancer, prostate cancer, or lung cancer, it is important to do that. Siteman has set up a website called GetScreenedNow.com. And when you go to it, it's going to help you find a location nearer you. If you live a little farther out from St. Louis and don't want to make the trip into the city, you can get screened closer to home. GetScreenedNow.com, because for me, I'm over 45. It's time for that colonoscopy. Third leading cause of cancer-related deaths in both men and women. And GetScreenedNow.com will help you find a location that is good for you. Doing it early, really, really important. GetScreenedNow.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Tuesday to you. So, gentle parenting is over, just in case you're wondering.
Oh, good.
It's now FAFO. F around and find out.
Sure.
So, for example, if your 8-year-old decided they didn't want to wear a coat on a rainy, cold day, you don't make them and you go, fine. But I'm not driving your coat to your school when you get cold. So, thoughts? I just asked you for thoughts and I just jumped in. I just think it's fascinating how quickly these things change. Because my mom and dad were too mean. I'm too big of a wuss. And already, because my kids are 30 and 20, they've both assured me that my grandkids will pay the price, because they're going to be really tough parents, but they haven't had the chance yet. But people their age are going with the F around and find out style.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I would like to know like when all of the parents collectively make this
got together.
decision. Yeah, because it's like we're all gentle parenting. No, now we're FAFO parenting. Like, okay, well, I'm sure some are, some aren't, but I mean, I feel like that's kind of how I was raised. Except if
Can I tell you something? You're very similar to Wheeler.
What do you mean? How so?
Just the way you look. No, you're both very logical
Totally muscular
thinkers.
and ripped.
Very linear, logical thinkers. It's a compliment.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
I do feel like this was a little bit how I was raised. Let's say if I didn't want to wear a coat, I would have been forced to wear the coat, though. There wouldn't be like, oh, you're going, and I'm not driving to you. Like, no, they're under no circumstances would they have driven me the coat. But I would have just been told to wear the coat in the first place, because those are my parents. They are in charge of taking care of me. I didn't really have much of a say in the day-to-day operations at the Zimmerman house, and I'm fine with that.
Which is kind of nice.
Well, I was a kid. Like, you can't let the inmates run the asylum, and I feel like that's been happening for a couple of generations of kids.
Yeah.
And you see it play out in public and stuff, and it's just like, oh, so your kid's throwing a huge tantrum, and instead of punishing them or letting them experience a consequence for their action, you are negotiating with them and offering them toys and candy, and then you wonder why they keep throwing these tantrums. Like, we went too far into crazy town. I'm glad to see that the FAFO parenting is making a bit of a comeback here.
I didn't have the Bible to teach my kids from, but I had Pig Will and Pig Won't. You familiar with this work?
No.
Is it kind of like Goofus and Gallant?
It's a lot like that. It's a lot like that. And it's a children's book, clearly. And Pig Won't, boy, he was, you couldn't stay ahead of that guy.
He's a mess.
But Pig Will, he's got his ducks in a row. And all I had to say with Nick, I'm like, what would Pig Will do? He would do the right thing, Dad.
That's nice.
What about Pig Won't? Oh, I'm not like a Pig Won't, Dad.
I hate everyone's always talking about Pig Won't behind his back.
I love this, though. I'm looking at an article. What is FAFO parenting? Unpacking the trend parents are buzzing about. And it's like, I mean, ultimately it seems to boil down to letting your child experience a consequence.
Yeah,
Is that a parenting technique, or is that just, common sense?
I very much agree that I was raised It just sounded like how I was raised when you were describing it. Like I was kind of raised in that, like, you know, I mean,
You're still not wearing shirts.
that's true. That's true.
Your dad's got a shirt for you.
Like if I didn't want to wear the jacket to school when it was cold or whatever, I would probably, I mean, unless it was like brutal, you know, bone chilling, then they might have forced me, but they might have gone like, all right, man, like you're going to find out that it's going to be really cold and you're going to be miserable. I'm not going to sit here and like have a giant argument with you while we're trying to all get ready for school and work. But you know, you're going to be cold and you're going to be miserable and you're going to be really upset about it. And that's going to be a you problem. And that was, I mean, often that would be enough to make me go like, I guess they might be right about that. But there were plenty of times that I did find out. And then you go like, yeah, it was terrible. I really wished I had a coat. And then, you know, whatever I made from there would have been my own decision.
Yeah.
But I felt like I was raised pretty good. So I think that's a fine way to parent personally. Not being one myself.
Yeah, the gentle parenting thing seems to just put too much power in the hands of the children.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like they don't deserve to make a choice. It's not that. I don't think kids really want the choice that badly. I think kids do thrive on boundaries and rules, and that's why they have parents, is to like guide them and show them the way things are going to be.
In my defense, Phoebe's always had me wrapped around her finger, but I was a very solid parent into like high school. And then it's like, we're all cool now.
We're all adults here.
She's grown.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's grown.
She can drive and stuff.
You're only like 6 years away from really being able to do what you want. So let's just start it now. No, do you think it's predictable? Like the kids who are going to go under the FAFO will now be super gentle parents when their time comes? Do you always do the opposite?
I don't know. I've heard that theory enough times that I guess there must be something to it. I don't feel like I would be... I like the way that I was raised in general. So I think if I were to have children, I think I would probably try and... Like, I would think to myself, not like, what would my dad have done? I'm going to do the opposite. And it probably would have been more like, what would my dad have done?
Yeah.
I would probably try to emulate that. I would probably do something similar, which ironically enough would be the FAFO parenting, I guess, maybe that they're describing here.
Maybe you should try that with Megan.
Yeah.
Next time, just let her find out.
Mm-hmm. I will be like, look.
She's like, I don't want to wear a coat.
That is.
You want to sleep on a hammock all the time? You just sleep on a hammock.
That is kind of an argument. Like if we're going to the movie theater or whatever, and it's like super hot like this, I'm like, just make sure you wear like a cardigan or something because you're going to be cold in the movie theater. And she's like, I'm not going to bring it. It's fine. It'll be fine. And I'm like, okay, but an hour into this movie, you're going to be whining about how cold you are.
So you're already FAFO parenting. Tell you guys about BioBalance Health. Let me just bottom line it for you. If you are a certain age and that age is bothering you and the way you feel is bothering you and you find yourself talking about perimenopause and menopause and erectile dysfunction and, you know, trying to like scrabble together some drugs from the internet that's going to take care of it, Dr. Kathy Maupin, a medical doctor, can address this for you, whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're 38 or 68, whether it's erectile dysfunction or perimenopause or like Wheeler. Wheeler seems way more concerned about like, you know, his workouts and things like that. Everyone, like everything else in life, everyone has it different symptoms, different concerns, different goals. I can tell you that I've been getting the bioidentical hormone replacement pellets for about 6 years now. Everything is better. It is not difficult. It's about a 10-minute procedure. I'm a baby about these kind of things, so I would have found a way to get out of it by now, but I haven't because it's pretty easy. Right next door is BioBalance Skin, where you can get Botox and chemical peels and things like that to make you look younger. BioBalanceHealth.com.
Let me tell you one of the reasons I think we became the largest injury firm in the world, and it's not even close. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My wife and I had a plan early on. In our firm, our lawyers only work on certain types of cases. Our products liability and dangerous drug lawyers only work on those cases. Same for car crashes, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, and insurance disputes. Our thinking is for these lawyers to focus on one area of the law and live it and breathe it. Power comes from knowledge. Many lawyers do everything, jack of all trades. Not us, and we don't charge an hourly rate. You only pay us if we win. If you want to hire us, it's easy. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone, pound 529, or visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer from the comfort of your own home. Let us get to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus, offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chevy.
Straight Realty has always been an industry leader when it comes to commissions, so it should come as no surprise that the recent Realtor settlement has only empowered us to continue offering our sellers even better rates. We now list homes for only 2%. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Call me, 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Mid-America's most trusted voice for news. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, we've got 95 degrees. The feels like is 100 downtown at the Arch. Will the Cardinals make any moves?
Major League Baseball's trade deadline is on Thursday, and rumors continue to circulate about the Cardinals potentially trading away players. Manager Oliver Marmol tells the Gas House gang that it's not a distraction for his club.
They're focused on today. They've done a really, really nice job with that. Our staff has done a really nice job of communicating with him. Mo as well, of just coming down and making sure he has a lot of individual conversations to make sure they're not guessing. So it's been good. More so than other years, I feel like this is a very focused group. Once it happens, then we'll deal with it. But at the moment, it's not a distraction.
The trade deadline is at 5 o'clock Central on Thursday, and KMOX will have full coverage leading up to it. Matt Pauley, KMOX Sports.
St. Louis County Executive Sam Page is reportedly under state investigation. KMOX confirmed Missouri State Highway Patrol troopers at county offices yesterday reportedly serving a subpoena for documents, and Page's cell phone may be connected to an attorney general investigation into whether Page illegally used taxpayer funds for a political mailer earlier in the spring.
This is not something we want to take lightly, and we want to make sure that all the facts are correct here. But I'm confident we'll get some answers here soon.
Republican Councilman Mark Harder says he hopes Page will be at tonight's county council meeting.
We're going to try to ask for some details tonight, I believe, at the council meeting if Mr. Page does show up.
That meeting begins at 6:30. Police are trying to identify multiple gunmen from Sunday night's deadly shooting at a birthday party in Mount Vernon, Illinois. 2 were killed, 5 injured.
Mount Vernon Assistant Police Chief Travis Chapman says it happened between Logan and Lamar Streets, a part of town known for large parties, but police had no intel on this one.
We had 5 officers working that night, so you can imagine the chaos with 5 officers to 100, 150 people with with a call that saying gunshots just happened and there's multiple gunshot victims.
Chapman says at first, 22-year-old Jariah Smith was arrested with gun charges, but she was later released after the state's attorney's office said there wasn't enough to charge her. Police aren't saying how many people they think fired off guns at the party, but they are asking those that attended to submit video through a portal on the department's website to help identify the shooters. Stuart McMillan, KMOX News.
Members of the beloved dog entertainment venue called Bar K received an email today that says, quote, "We are writing to share the heartbreaking news that Bar K will be closing permanently, effective immediately. The company says there isn't a single cause and blames economic factors."
I think their business model had to change a little bit, and they lost a lot of the bar and food and beverage revenue. And so I think they were kind of turning more to the dog park thing, and then just wasn't a lot of people.
St. Louis customer Trey Shaw says he'd noticed fewer customers without dogs and more efforts like trivia nights to attract casual patrons. The email says Bar K doesn't have the resources to issue refunds. Shaw says he feels fortunate then that he was only charged $25 for a monthly set of 4 visits. Some people report just recently getting charged for a $500 unlimited yearly membership. It's dubbed the first transcontinental railroad company in the U.S.
Union Pacific wants to buy Norfolk Southern in an $85 billion deal. The proposed merger would marry Union Pacific's vast rail network in the West with Norfolk's rails that snake across 22 eastern states and Washington, D.C. The railroads say a partnership would streamline deliveries of materials and goods nationwide by eliminating delays when shipments are handed off between railroads. If approved, the 2 remaining major American railroads, BNSF and CSX, could also face pressure to merge. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Dow from Stifel down 220 points to 44,617.
Ick is the word again on this Tuesday afternoon. Partly sunny, hot and humid, 99 to 100 degrees this afternoon. This should be the hottest of the heat wave, but it's going to continue through Wednesday. Tonight, mostly clear. It's warm, it's humid, 79, 90s for evening plans. Wednesday, partly sunny, still hot and humid, but let's add a couple of thunderstorms around on Wednesday, 94. Backdoor cold front coming through Wednesday night, late Wednesday night. Thursday, partly sunny, couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm, but much better temperatures. 84 for the high on Thursday. Friday, sunshine in the 70s to near 80 degrees. Excellent temperatures right through the weekend, mainly low 80s. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Right now it is 95, but the feels like is 100 downtown. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Terrace Senior Living of Eureka. Check out the Terrace in Eureka for affordable senior living with 24-hour nursing supervision, delicious meals, medication management, and activities. The Terrace is affordable and will work with your Medicaid plan. Go to rspseniorliving.com and look for the Terrace Private Assisted Living.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday to you. Wheeler is out. He is driving to North Carolina to help his daughter move. Then he will be back on Friday. He's going to join us at 3 p.m., Wheels on Wheels, and just do a little make him up for us because I think he gets more bored than I do. I think that is his one flaw.
He is extremely bored. I think he's going
that
crazy.
He's hypersexualized.
I think he's going. That's not a flaw. I think he's going. I think he's going a little crazy on the road based on the texts that I've been sharing with him. I think
he's going to lose it.
He's getting a little cabin fever.
He's going to get stuck in West Virginia. Attorney Brad Young is with us all the time now. He's with us every Thursday, and when we're a man down, he usually helps us out, and he's with us right now. Hello, Brad.
Hey, Dave. Good afternoon, sir.
Brad, I always have 4 or 5 stories that we prep you for, and then we always hit you with a couple that we didn't. And Rach asked permission to ask you about a story, and she says that she doesn't understand it, and I don't understand it, so I think it's a good place to start.
Yeah, Brad.
Well, I always enjoy playing Stump the Lawyer, so go right ahead.
Brad, maybe you can help me understand what's going on with like Harvard and Columbia. They're paying hundreds of millions of dollars to settle with the Trump administration to unfreeze their federal funds. I'm just getting mixed up as far as, okay, who is getting that money? Like, does that just go into like the general treasury? And then why are they paying hundreds of millions to get hundreds of millions in funding? I apologize if you don't know the answer to this. No. I just figured if anybody did, you would know.
I think I got a good handle on it. Here's what's going on with that, Rachel. First of all, the money does go into the general treasury. Now, the Justice Department may actually divert some of that money to be used for ongoing or additional investigations, but generally speaking, fines that are paid to the government go into the General Revenue Fund. Secondly, why are they paying it? Well, because they don't want those streams of funding to be interrupted. And actually, it's more than hundreds of millions. I mean, over time, it would be billions of dollars that would be interrupted if they don't settle these lawsuits that are brought by the Trump administration. And those lawsuits are primarily based upon allegations of anti-Semitic activity by both Harvard and by Columbia. And remember that Harvard was also the party to the case that went to the Supreme Court a couple of years ago regarding systemic discrimination against Asian Americans. So that's the basis for the settlements. And I think from Harvard or Columbia's perspective, they would rather pay money now, not only to keep federal funding coming during the Trump administration, but not to interrupt it, because I'm sure their belief is that once Trump leaves office, that these same policies would not continue. And so they would rather settle it and get it behind them to keep the federal dollars flowing, anticipating that future administrations wouldn't take the same position.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. I was looking at it as just like it was a matter of them only freezing a set amount of money, but you're saying this would be like a yearly thing that they're trying to
Correct. It would be this year, next year, the following year. I mean, it would be ongoing funding issues. It would also block increased funding. I mean, for example, if Harvard or Columbia wanted to do more research projects and they were applying for new federal funding. I mean, for example, WashU right now is applying for federal funding to send out probes to study various planets in our solar system. That's new funding. So I'm sure Harvard and Columbia have similar programs, and they don't want to block those because of this current dispute over DEI issues.
Brad, since Rach broke the dam there, can I ask you about a story I didn't prep you for?
That's fine. You know, ask away. I bill you for the same amount of time. Doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm watching TMZ Live, and it appears that Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau went on a date. I'm wondering what you know.
I know exactly what you know, which is what I read in that exact same story. What I don't know is whether or not Justin Trudeau is the secret love child of the leader of Cuba. His name escapes me at the moment. What's the guy's name in Cuba that died recently, a couple years ago? Castro. Yeah, you know, there's that whole theory that Justin Trudeau is the secret love child of Castro because his mom, Justin Trudeau's mom and dad, were actually in Havana exactly 9 months before he was born. And there's lots of pictures about the Trudeaus hanging out at the embassy and going to parties with Castro. So there's this enduring theory that Justin Trudeau is the secret love child of Castro, but that's literally all I know about it.
I love you, Brad Young.
Way better than what we had about it.
Yeah, that's he's spilling some tea right now. I love it. Like, well, he was in the same country. I bet he impregnated her. That's pretty good stuff. ChatGPT. Anything you say to ChatGPT can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't necessarily news breaking, but it's interesting as to how Sam Altman, who owns ChatGPT, put it in a recent podcast that he was on. But you got to remember that as of May, there's this ongoing lawsuit right now where the New York Times is suing ChatGPT and OpenAI on the issue of they're basically using copyrighted information from the New York Times and literally everyone to train their AI models. And some of that includes copyrighted material. So the New York Times files a lawsuit. In May, the New York Times asked for and was granted by the court an order that said ChatGPT must not only keep a record of every conversation that anyone on the planet has with ChatGPT, but they also must undelete chats that were done prior to the issuance of the order. So right now, that's right. Anything that's on ChatGPT, it's fair game for future lawsuits. But here was what I think is the interesting part as a conversation. and that is Sam Altman's rationale. He says that AI chat, whether it's Gemini or ChatGPT or any of these that are out there now, that they should be granted a privilege like priest-congregant privileges, like attorney-client privileges, like doctor-patient privileges, because his point is ChatGPT is doing all of that now. They're diagnosing conditions, they're making medical recommendations, they're giving legal advice, so that this should be granted to ChatGPT and other similar AIs. And I don't know that I buy that, but what are your thoughts on whether there should be this new legal privilege for AI chatbots?
Well, I certainly think if there's not one carved out soon, it will be eventually. I think we're going to be living in an AI world. And, people who are going to kill their wives are going to ChatGPT instead of Google these days. So we're going to have to know what everyone's thinking. So, yeah, it's fascinating. Did you guys see? And I don't understand this because I don't understand technology. Maybe one of you can look it up. But ChatGPT just passed the I'm human test.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think it's the Turing test. I think it's literally an online, like, I'm not a robot thing. But somehow ChatGPT was able to navigate that.
Hey, since we're talking about AI here, I wanted to get both of the lawyers' thoughts on the fact that these language models train off of copyrighted material. And as of right now, they don't have to pay to license that material like anyone else would. Like if we wanted to put any of the songs we're playing on the show today in our podcast, we would have to buy that license and pay the people who hold that copyright. They want to just be able to train AI models on copyrighted material for nothing. Donald Trump supports the idea of like, yeah, we shouldn't have to pay for all of these licenses. Our AI program is never going to take off if we have to pay for this. I'm just wondering, like, how does this hold up in terms of current law? Like, why would AI be different than anyone else using this copyrighted material? Why would they have special privileges?
Brad, you first.
Yeah, what comes to my mind, Rachel, is essentially this, is that the AI companies, and I'm not advocating it. I know typically anything I say sounds like I'm advocating it, but I'm not. I'm just laying it out for you. And that is this, is that their position is we're not reproducing the copyrighted material, which is what is banned under the Copyright Act. We're simply using it to train our models. And so we're using it to teach them syntax and to teach them how to converse and how to have a conversation and to answer questions. So if we're not reproducing the copyrighted material, which is what's banned under the Copyright Act, then why should we, meaning ChatGPT as a euphemism for all of these entities, why should we be banned from using this material when we're just using it like we're training a child to learn how to talk, not training a child to reproduce every article that was ever printed in the New York Times?
Can't add to that. That's great.
That makes a lot of sense because it really comes down to like if you read a book and then you draw inspiration from that book when writing your own book, did you really like steal that copyrighted material or was it just?
And the answer to that, Rachel, is actually very clear. And the answer is no.
Yeah.
If you do a derivative work that doesn't substantially copy what was done in the original copyrighted work, but a derivative work or something based upon it. I mean, for example, one of the greatest examples I think of this is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Okay. And so that was a derivative work. Also Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Slayer. Okay. A lot of that was based upon Doris Kearns Goodwin's book, but it was a derivative and expanded and went beyond. And so at that point, it's a new and different type of work, not just a reproduction of the original. So those things, you don't have to get permission to do that. You also don't have to get permission if you're creating a parody or something is what's called the phrase is in the public interest, I think is what it's called. And I think AI companies are making the argument that it's in the public interest to allow their language models to train off of copyrighted material as long as they're not reproducing the copyrighted material.
Pride and Prejudice and Zombies is an excellent movie.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and I actually read Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer, and I enjoyed it. And then when the movie came out, it was all just Abe swinging an axe. But the book went into detail of Abraham Lincoln's life, and it was it was quite entertaining.
Brad Young is with us. Brad, we only have about 2 minutes left here, but I want to get your update on what's going on with Ghislaine Maxwell and Trump and Supreme Court.
Well, here's what's very interesting about it, very quickly, and that is that she's applied for an appeal, writ of certiorari, to the Supreme Court, asking to get her conviction overturned. And here's the sum and substance of her entire argument, is that in 2007, Epstein signed a non-prosecution agreement in Florida with the U.S. Attorney's Office. And in there, it included something that said something to the effect of is that the United States also agrees that it won't pursue criminal charges against any potential co-conspirators of Epstein. And in this agreement, 4 women were named, but it wasn't, Ghislaine Maxwell wasn't in it. So she's saying, since she was a potential co-conspirator of Epstein, that she's covered by this 2007 agreement to not federally prosecute Epstein. And that's the whole argument. She's lost at the trial level on this. She's lost at the appellate level. I think she'll lose at the Supreme Court as well, but that's her entire argument at the Supreme Court right now.
Okay, that's attorney Brad Young. Brad, we'll talk to you Thursday. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Lombardo Homes, Rach?
Yeah, did you guys know Lombardo Homes can build on your land or property? They have a build on your lot program called Anywhere Lombardo, and they have the tools and expertise to evaluate your property, recommend you with the perfect floor plan and different options for you, provide you with pricing, and build the home that best fits your needs on time and on budget. Yesterday, I was looking at the Lombardo Homes website, checking out all of the different things that you can do, all of the different floor plans they have available. The best part is everything is customizable. A lot of these home builders are like, yeah, you can choose your own cabinets, and then they give you 3 or 4 options. With Lombardo, it's really all under your control.
My most recent favorite of Lombardo's are the towns at Linneman. They're not 55 plus. We're not in that business, but they are attached townhomes. They are 2 or 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, over 1,800 square feet of open concept living space. When Lombardo does something, I think that they do it better than anyone else. I truly do. Being 55 plus, these look really attractive to me. So whether it's building on your own lot, like Rach was talking about, or maybe an attached townhome, or just, whatever it is that you are into, check them out at LombardoHomes.com.
You know your customers. Ralph likes his coffee black on Fridays, but Mondays he takes a little cream. Jennifer comes in every 3 years when her lease is up to get the newer and better model. And for some reason, pepperoni pizza sells like crazy on Friday nights. Who knew? At Odyssey, we have the expertise to get your media plan done right. With ads like you're hearing right now, to targeted social media campaigns, search engine optimization, and location-based advertising. Advertise with Odyssey and help us grow your business. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-770-0850. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance to buy $1 million of affordable term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-770-0850. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-770-0850. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-770-0850. 800-770-0850.
Hey, it's Debbie Monterey, and between now and the end of the summer, chances are that you or someone you know is in the market to buy or sell a home. And like me, you probably know a few realtors. Well, yeah, I know several as well, but when someone I know needs to sell their home, I always recommend Gloria Lou with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I've been telling you about Gloria for years now, and here's why you should call, because no matter what the market does, Gloria Lou will guarantee up front and in writing to sell your home at 100% of market value, or Gloria will pay you the difference.
St. Louis home sellers, if you're looking for certainty and the most money guaranteed for the sale of your home, call me, Gloria Lou. My name is My Promise, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Call me directly at 314-325-6900. 6888 or visit me online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. That's gloriahasthebuyers.com.
Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Hey guys, Glover here for my friends at Zero Res. It's National Carpet Cleaning Month, and because of Zero Res's commitment to the DGS, you're going to get 3 rooms of carpeting clean plus 1 free plus $50 off your air duct services. 314-474-2020, ZeroResSTL.com.
Soccer fans, St. Louis City SC hosts English Premier League giants, the Aston Villa Football Club. Wednesday, July 30th, 7:30 p.m. at Energizer Park. Reserve your seat for this historic match now at STLCitySC.com/tickets. St. Louis City versus Aston Villa. Presented by Purina.
You asked, we delivered. KMOX, now on FM. Crystal clear sound at 104.1 FM.
So you're into this song, huh?
Well, I love America.
Do you?
I love the country and the band. Just a big fan, and I've been listening to them a lot, like on my drives into work and stuff. I'm like, man, Ventura Highway. It's a good song.
You're quite a Renaissance woman. In America, that's.
I know. Would not have thought that you were an American.
Really? I feel like that's
it's like being into Poco.
Really? I feel like this is like a classic Rachel band.
That is an excellent. It is very similar to a lot of other things you like. That's true.
Yeah.
But they themselves are they kind of suck. So which is
No,
why
they
I
don't.
was so surprised.
America sucks.
Sister
I'm not
Golden Hair?
I'm not a huge fan of America.
Wow. Okay.
I heard a
Gonna
lot.
clip that.
I think I heard. I think I heard a
Guy
lot
with
of
the nickname the American Taliban.
Not a big fan of America.
Yeah, you might just want to fake it.
Is that right? Like when Biden was in the gated community doing a fundraiser years ago for Obama, and the Secret Service was on my street, and I thought they were looking for me because of the nickname. Thought they were gonna sit on me.
And you've had that happen in your family.
I have, yeah. My crazy Uncle Charlie, as we call him.
Oh, Uncle Charlie.
The very, very graceful and kind name that we gave to our crazy Uncle Charlie. He used to write threatening letters to celebrities. And I want to say it was Ford. I think it might have been Ford was coming through town for something. He wasn't here for long. He wasn't doing like a big stop. He was literally just kind of driving through Route 66 or whatever. And Secret Service came to Charlie's house and they sat on his porch, and he said, "What do you want?" And they said, "We're just gonna hang here. You're just gonna stay inside for a little while. We're gonna hang here on the porch. It's all gonna be good, but you're just gonna stay in the house for about an hour or so."
That's nice.
Yeah,
Could have went way worse.
Yeah,
it could have went way worse.
I remember one time seeing George H.W. Bush in Alton, and my memory is it was outdoors. I know that. I was in about the 20th row. I could see him easily. I don't remember going through any sort of metal detector, and I was thinking, like, I could shoot him right now. And then I started thinking, like, I shouldn't be thinking this.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking, well, they can't be thinking what I'm thinking. They don't know what you're thinking. But then, like, well, what if they have people watching you and you're darting your eyes back and forth?
Mm-hmm.
So then I left, which looked bad.
And you keep doing this at the president.
Have you ever met a president like through the show or like talked to one on the phone?
Let's see.
We talked to McCain. I remember.
Talked to McCain, talked to Romney.
I said a president.
Yeah.
Not an
I don't
almost
think
president.
so. I don't think so.
Did we have Trump?
No.
In like
You'd
2015?
remember that.
No, we remember that.
I almost talked to Trump.
Did ya?
Not on my show, obviously. But this was back in 97.1 when Dana was on. He was supposed to call in, and I was phone screening that day. And I was like stoked because I think this was even pre-2015 campaign. I'm like, the guy from The Apprentice is calling in and I'm going to answer the phone. But like the timing got all messed up. It didn't happen. But yep, almost said hi to him.
Whoa.
On the hotline.
That's huge.
I'm good friends with Avi Loeb from Harvard.
That's
I don't know if you
true.
know that.
He has a friend from Harvard.
Boy, you two are disagreeing on everything. Sydney Sweeney's jeans, and the band America.
America is fine. There's better bands from that era that I'd rather.
Let me
listen
say one
to.
more thing about the Sydney Sweeney thing. I understand where Andrew is coming from. I understand where everybody's coming from when it comes to the whole, like, it seems bad. I get it. I'm just so mentally exhausted. I'm like, this is not what I'm going to expend my energy on.
And I'm so
right
mentally
now.
exhausted. I'm borrowing from your mental exhaustion, and I'm like, I'm going with her.
The thing is,
if I don't have to think about it anymore, I'm going with her.
The thing is, it is paranoia based, right? And it is
It absolutely
a
is.
stupid thing to think, and we should all be paying less attention to Sydney
and
Sweeney
they
commercials.
know what they're doing. They didn't
Yes.
fall into this.
No, they made like the stock went up like so
Yes.
much the next day after
Yes.
this
No
controversy
one at American
happened.
Eagle's
so it's
like, "Oh,
yeah. So it's like,
jeans."
hey, I have an idea. Just don't feed into exactly what they want.
Yeah. Agreed. Tell you guys about Michael's Baths. It is meaningless to you unless you or someone in your life is thinking about a bath remodel, but it is a very big thing to you if you are thinking about that, because chances are you have either thought about or contacted Bath Fitter or 3-Day Kitchen and Bath. Let's say they come in at around 12 on your project. You can bank on Mike coming in between 6 and 8. He's going to come in between 30 and 50% less than those two companies. And it's giving them fits, and they don't like it. I don't think they like me, but hey, it's all fair in love and war and bathroom remodeling. So if you want to get a great local family-owned job from someone who doesn't have to report to a regional or national manager, someone who doesn't have to pay exorbitant national marketing bills, that's Mike. He's a great guy. He's been doing nothing but bathrooms for 30 years. He hires and trains his own crews. He has about 10 of them working now, so you're keeping about 20 families employed when you use Mike locally. Call 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey. I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM, your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
The Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, how an innovative immunotherapy is showing promise against aggressive T-cell cancers. Joining us is Dr. John DiPersio.
Until very recently, until this paper and a few other groups in the world have sort of developed approaches for T-cell malignancies, there was no hope for patients who relapsed. There were no effective therapies. This is a way of treating these patients that would normally have no other recourse.
For more information, visit siteman.wustl.edu.
Let's go now to Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Ick is the word again on this Tuesday afternoon. Partly sunny, hot and humid, 99 to 100 degrees this afternoon. This should be the hottest of the heat wave, but it's going to continue through Wednesday. Tonight, mostly clear. It's warm, it's humid, 79, 90s for evening plans. Wednesday, partly sunny, still hot and humid, but let's add a couple of thunderstorms around on Wednesday, 94. Backdoor cold front coming through Wednesday night, late Wednesday night. Thursday, partly sunny, couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm, but much better temperatures. 84 for the high on Thursday. Friday, sunshine in the 70s to near 80 degrees. Excellent temperatures right through the weekend, mainly low 80s. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
This report is sponsored by Metro Transit.
All summer long, Metro Day Passes from Metro Transit are just $5, so you can take a summer daycation anytime because your air-conditioned, no-gas to buy super safe, super clean Chariot awaits. Buy yours at metrostlouis.org. That's metrostl.org.
Hi, my name is Christina Straight, the owner of Straight Realty, and I'm asking you, what do you want in a realtor? Do you want experience? I've been a broker for over 21 years. Do you want to know how much I've sold? I've sold over $500 million, yes, $1 billion with a B in sales. Do you want value? I now list properties for only 2%. So, if you're looking for all these things and want the best, then call me 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
When we started Neoviten back in 2009, we wanted to create a multivitamin that we would take ourselves. That's why we use quality ingredients in our Neoviten Original Formula multivitamin. With over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our physician-formulated proprietary blend, you can be sure you are getting the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neovitin Original Formula Multivitamin a try for yourself. Find it at your local Schnucks, Dierbergs, and online at neovitin.com.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. So tell them today, I love you. Get screened. It could help save their life. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164.
Today, the Cards, the Marlins. Ameren Total Access 550. Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is brought to you by Goodwill. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Kevin Wheeler has left home and is driving across country to find himself, I don't know. Ricky Horton joined us now. Hello, Rick.
Hey, how are you, Dave? That's interesting about wheels.
Yeah.
So he's on the wheels looking for himself. I like that.
That's right. He's currently somewhere in Indiana. He's heading to North Carolina, and hopefully he finds himself soon. So,
well, if I see him, I'll give him a call and let him know where he is.
So we're having a fight here. Rachel's a big fan of the band America. Andrew thinks they're trash. She's betting that Ricky Horton is a big fan.
Oh, I am so sorry to say I am not. I'm sorry, Rachel. I'm so sorry. I hate to agree with Andrew, by the way. I mean, that is totally against my inner core.
Yes.
But I'm not an America dude. I'm just not.
What kind of music are you into, Ricky?
So I have eclectic music interests. I like Southern rock. I like classic rock. I like old school R&B, what we used to call soul music when I was in my formative years. And I also like Latin music. I like Irish music. Don't like country music. Don't like America. Don't like kind of popish kind of stuff.
That's pretty eclectic.
That is.
Yeah.
That's a good mix.
Kind of across the board, yeah.
Are
I
you
like
into
classical music, classical at times. I mean, I've had some Mozart and Beethoven over the years just for the right mood, and so I'm kind of all over the place.
Are you into? I know you're a believer. Are you into Christian, contemporary Christian music?
You know, less than you would think. There was a time where I was really into Christian hip hop stuff. I had several of those albums, and really love Philip Bailey. Was kind of one of my favorites in that. He used to be in Earth, Wind and Fire, and so yes, but not some of the contemporary stuff. I like it, of course, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. So this time we're going through right now, which will end in a couple of days, is this one of the worst times for teams just overall?
It's gut wrenching in a lot of ways because imagine this question. So imagine you go to the DGS show and say, it's the trading deadline of talk radio, and we're going to try to improve your deal, and now you're being asked about who the weak links are on your team. I mean, that's kind of what's going on from a player's point of view. And it's like, and then you look in the mirror, it's like, well, maybe it's me, and it's like, well, but some other place wants you, and it's very unsettling if you're talking about being on a team. And we talk about it as fans and, people who just like sports and like the Cardinals and want them to get better and all that. But they're talking about their teammates, for goodness sake. So from a player's point of view, it's awful.
Yeah, I mean, I just can imagine that when it's all, I guess that's why you take the team photo, right? It's all said and done, and like, okay,
Right?
well, this is our team now.
Well, exactly. What I got a fast team photo story for you. We played the Minnesota Twins in 1987 in the World Series, and they got rid of a guy at the trading deadline, and they got an extra guy. So the guy they got was Steve Carlton, and the guy they no longer had was Don Baylor. So they took the team photo and they superimposed Steve Carlton's face on Don Baylor's body. The problem was it was Steve Carlton's white and Don Baylor's not. So Steve Carlton on the team photo has black arms and a white face. It's the craziest thing to think about that.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy. But honestly, it's just unsettling. But and it all clears, and everybody knows that's part of the deal. It's part of the sport, part of the business. But it's still not fun.
So, given the temperature the last few weeks, and tonight's going to be the worst night yet, and you played Whitey Ball and you played on the turf, what is it like out there?
Oh, it's awful. Well, the turf was worse, I will say that, because it just baked on top of the AstroTurf. But, it was easier when you were used to it, number one. So when teams would come in to play us, you could almost see it on their face, like, we don't want to be here. And it'd be like, oh, good, we're going to get some wins. I mean, honestly, you use it to your advantage. You try to be competitive about it. And then you just figure out ways to escape it, whether it's going into the clubhouse, going, into some air conditioned room somewhere. And, even as a starting pitcher, we'd come off the field and walk up the tunnel and sit next to a fan with, at the time they used ammonia water, which it doesn't even sound like that's a good thing to be doing, but you put a towel over your head just to kind of figure out how you could, stay somewhat normal. And I think we had more advantages as a home team than the visitors did, frankly. So you saw it as an advantage, but it was still, something you had to work at.
Rick, you may love questions like this. You may hate them, but Wheeler asked me yesterday, and I wanted to ask you, if you had the authority to protect one player in the entire organization from A-ball all the way up, and you could just put your Ricky Horton stamp on him, who would it be?
Oh boy, I would say Brendan Donovan. That's who I would say. And there's guys at lower levels that have a lot of promise and all of that. But I think Donovan is a guy that's a player. He's a pro. He's a leader. I feel like he's a guy that you're going to want around. I'm not saying he's the best, highest level talent maybe that you have in your organization, but yet I just think he's the kind of guy you want to build around. That's my opinion.
You know who I'm just falling more and more in love with is Ivan Herrera. I love the attitude. I love the athleticism. I love the can-do spirit. It's just old-fashioned baseball.
And, he's got great personality, too. I mean, Ivan is one of my favorite guys because he's smiling all the time. And he's fun, and he's funny. And, he's kind of like very just light-spirited guy. And, he's the kind of guy that's going to do some goofy thing. I mean, I'm going to almost call him goofy. I think his teammates would say that he is. He's the kind of guy that's going to show up, and he's done it 3 times this year, shown up in the dugout with the wrong uniform on and didn't notice it.
That's
so
great.
That's just kind of the way he is, but he's going to laugh it off and he's going to have fun with it and, again, be a good teammate. I love him.
Rick, I know there are things that you can and can't talk about, and if this is one of the things you'd rather not, just let me know, but I thought it was interesting with the commissioner of baseball and Bryce Harper having a little face-to-face about talking to the troops about a possible salary cap.
Yeah, well, the player in me, did backflips over that because I was like, I get it, because I was pretty knee deep in the Players Association at the time, and we were very much against the salary cap, which I think would be terrible for players. So I understand why they would say that, and so it's been sold on the players since 1980. So this is not new. This is a repackaged sales job for 40 years, and they're doing it again. But of course, I work for the Cardinals, care about the owners, care about all that too, and I understand what their position is. But I feel like, I understand the player's point of view there with Bryce Harper that, this is not the place in the middle of a clubhouse, in the middle of a pennant race for you to be negotiating and splitting apart each team. That's honestly, I don't like that tactic, and so I understand the Phillies not being happy about it.
And final question, Rick. You know, we're looking at do we buy, do we sell? We're within about 48 hours of knowing what we're going to do. Personally, I don't think we're going to do anything huge. You know, I think we've sort of forecast some of the moves we might make. But at the end of the day, when Thursday comes and goes, we're still trying to get in the wild card.
Yeah, and I think even if you sell, you still try to get in the wild card. I feel like that's kind of where we are because, honestly, we didn't think we'd be in it anyway. If you think about the whole runway conversation, we're going to play young guys and we're going to just see where we are. Well, where we are is, you know, a game and a half out or 2 games out, whatever it is. So you still keep playing. You still keep competing. But I don't think you stop with the idea that we want to get better for next year, and it all depends on what the offer is. And honestly, there's some things that are looking more positive in terms of what the market might be for some of our top players. And honestly, if you got somebody else to fill in, then I think it's now's the time to sell.
Rick, I have to tell you before I let you go, the other night when I was upstairs with my charity winners, it was such a privilege to, first of all, so much fun to see the team score 6 runs, but to see you and especially Johnny gets so excited.
There's no doubt. I mean, well, of course, I mean, you still have rooting interest. You know, we still care about the team, and we don't wear it like the player does. We don't wear it like the coach does. But you know, you still wear it because you care about it. And so, you know, part of wearing it is you're going to be excited about it when things go well. And that was a fun inning for sure, and a nice win against a pretty hot team too in the Miami Marlins.
All right, buddy, try to stay cool tonight.
All right, yep, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Happy early birthday, Ricky.
Thank you. I appreciate that as well.
Do you know that by donating your gently used items to Goodwill, you're not only giving those items a new life, but you're helping people right here in your community enrich their lives with meaningful work? Your donations support Goodwill's mission of helping people with barriers to employment to be able to get rewarding jobs which provide not only a paycheck, but a very important sense of purpose. Your donations really do change lives. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill.
Cardinals fans, join the conversation at Busch Stadium with some of your favorite former Cardinals. With the Cardinals Conversations presented by Edward Jones, you'll hear from former Cardinals such as Ozzie Smith, Ted Simmons, Ray Langford, David Eckstein, or David Freese. Each conversation hosted by Cardinals announcers Chip Carey or Brad Thompson. Your experience also will include a ticket to the game, a pre-signed photo, and the opportunity to take your photo with the featured player. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/conversations.
Experience the magic of the Fabulous Foxes 2025-2026 Broadway season, which includes the return of St. Louis favorite, The Phantom of the Opera, and the spellbinding spectacular Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And right now, KMOX has your chance to win a pair of season tickets for the 2025-2026 season. Prize package includes a pair of tickets for all 8 shows in the subscription package. Register now online at KMOX.com/contests for your chance to win.
So I think my favorite thing about Triton Exteriors is that they find you at a place that's not great. It's not like a loss in your life, but you're also not saying like, hey, honey, great news, we're going to get a new roof. It's one of those things you kind of got to do, siding, gutters, fences, things like that. So you're spending money that maybe you didn't allocate or money that's going to hurt a little bit. And I'm telling you, Triton, they're real people. They're very cool. They are dedicated to me and my show and my listeners. They are going to do everything they can to give you a really solid, fair deal. Now, let's say it's a $20,000 job. They're not going to give it to you for $15,000. They're not going to lose $5,000. They're in this to make money, but they're also not going to try to take advantage of you for an extra $10,000 or $15,000. If it's a $20,000 job, that's what the bid's going to be. We're almost always the middle bid. We're a James Hardy smart siding company out of Webster Groves, so we're upscale, but we are not take advantage kind of people. If you have a need, roofing, siding, gutters, or fences, call 314-717-1159 or triton-stl.com.
Hey, it's Jeff Sachs at Sachs Financial, retiresafestl.com. Have you ever wondered what it's like to work with a financial advisor? Are you in your 50s or early 60s and really haven't talked to anybody about how you retire? Give me a call today. Check out our website, retiresafestl.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. If you were just watching the activity and you didn't know what was going on, Rach picked up a grease bin. She goes, "Oh, my God, this smells so bad. Smell it." Andrew hates it, and I smelled it, and I'm a weirdo, and I liked it.
It smells so stinky. Every time I have to write on the whiteboard, I'm like, ugh. And on the last break, Andrew requested to take a sniff, and you hated it as well.
Just don't.
I'm so gross. Remember Mary Catherine O'Hara, whatever her name was? Superstar.
Oh, the armpits.
When she'd smell her armpits. I was so like that as a kid.
Yes, as a kid, I was like that as well.
I mean, I certainly haven't done it recently.
Certainly haven't tested the brand in the last couple of weeks.
I think everyone's bigger freak than they let on.
100%.
I've been saying this forever. Look, I'm weird. I know that. I would never try and claim that I'm not weird, but I think I'm not as weird as people think. I'm just willing to say the things about me that are weird. Same thing with you.
Yeah.
You're more willing to be like,
it's very free.
Listen to this super weird thing that I did or that I used to do or that I do currently or whatever. And yeah, it helps you feel a little less crazy because then, other people jump in and they go like, "Oh yeah, I love smelling the pits."
Mm-hmm.
Dream come true.
All right, sir. Yes, Rach?
Well, it's a boring story.
No, it's going to be about smelling something, I know.
Well, I, in the summertime, like to use a clinical deodorant, just kind of like an extra strength.
No kidding around.
Yeah, and I had ordered a replacement from Amazon and accidentally got a different scent earlier this summer. And I'm just so weird and so, like, sensitive to smell and stuff like that, I guess, that it was very, very distracting for the first couple of days. It was kind of like ruining my days. And it's not that it smelled bad, it just smelled different, and it was hard for me to overcome. So, like I said, it was a pretty boring story.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ride.
That's good.
I always use Secret deodorant.
Yeah.
Made for a woman, strong enough for a man.
Yeah.
Thing that goes the other way around. And I always use the solid one, pH balance for her. And I DoorDashed it, and they brought me one that's like a gel.
I like the gel.
Gel is bad.
You don't like gel?
I kind of like
don't care for the gel.
I like the shiver you get up your neck when you put the gel on.
Me too. It got on my tongue.
Okay.
And I really don't know how it got on my tongue. But it dried that mofo out for a long time.
I can only think of one way it could have gotten
I didn't
on the
lick
tongue,
my armpit.
Which is that you licked
I started
the
to say
gel.
I'm not capable of it. I clearly am.
Yeah, you can do it. Ooh, that's going to be a problem. Having that information in your head.
Yeah, you lived 34 years without that.
No, I can't do the gel. I don't care for it. It gets too
wet,
sticky. Yeah, I like I also use I think it's Secret. It might be some sort of Dove.
Look at us. We're raising babies together. We use the same female deodorant.
It is definitely
it's in the cards.
Female inclined deodorant that I use, but it works great. Big fan.
Okay.
Getting some Ventura Highway love on the chat. Thank you.
She's a music head too. That's one of our most musically inclined listeners.
We don't have to worry about it too much in Missouri, but in Kansas and Colorado, it's tarantula mating season. And so the boys are just out of their minds. And they're just running across roads and yards and showing off for the girls. And they say, like, here's what they said. If you're like in your yard or on a road and a big bunch of them, like hundreds or thousands of them, start running across your feet, just stand there. Because if you run across them and step on them, they could bite you. But if you just stand there, they're just going to run across, go get laid, and that's it.
I was reading a chat message. What is this? What are these monsters?
Tarantulas.
Oh, no.
Yes.
That's horrible. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting you to say tarantulas.
Well,
that's terrible.
I'm looking at a photo of a tarantula right now. I don't want anything to do with this creature, but I think if one somehow entered my life, I could see myself eventually forming a relationship and thinking it was cute.
Really?
Not me. If it was like, oh, yeah, we've got a tarantula here at Odyssey, and he's sweet and cuddly, and I got to know the tarantula, I think I might be able to go down this path.
You would hold the tarantula. You would allow the
I'm not
tarantula.
saying right now. I'm saying once
on
I got to know the guy, if he seemed like he had a good personality, I would think about holding him.
And
That
here's
is
why.
crazy.
It could be based on a lie. But my good friend from law school, Howard Barwin, had a tarantula, and we would get drunk, me and the tarantula, and he would always be like, don't handle him, because if you drop him, he'll explode.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So it could have just been Howard was drinking.
He's trying to make it to next mating season.
Yeah. Once you explode, that's it.
Megan sent me a picture the other day. Her office has office geckos.
Okay.
And the geckos were like crawling all over, and I was like, get those things off of you.
You guys seem to have a
disgusting beasts.
tight relationship.
Yeah.
Disgusting monsters. What?
Andrew's
They're
not afraid to
gross.
weigh in on any topic.
No.
He's got a hot take.
I'm going to say the way I feel, which is that those things are nasty.
I
Get 'em
like
off
a
of
gecko.
you.
Mitch has them at home.
I have no problem with, I know, I also can't stop reading his message where he said narcissism. That one tripped me up for a minute. That's what I was stuck on when you guys were talking about tarantulas. But no, I think they're cute. I like a gecko. I would like to own a gecko. I always have my whole life. I've looked into terrariums, maybe having a little gecko set up that Gigi could sit on the table and watch. I think it'd be very cute if they could interact in some way. But I don't want them
Quite a
on.
plan.
I don't want them on
For
me.
someone who just a minute ago was like, take those off you. You got an elaborate plan.
I don't want them like crawling all over my face and stuff. They're gross. They got diseases probably. Probably got diseases. Nasty.
It's very narcissistic of you.
Known for my narcissism.
So the Trump administration has put something out for federal workers saying that you are encouraged to talk about religion, you are encouraged to talk about your faith, and you're encouraged to proselytize your fellow federal workers. Enjoy.
Calling all soccer fans, the Premier League is coming to STL. St. Louis City SC will host English Premier League giants Aston Villa Football Club Wednesday, July 30th, 7:30 p.m. at Energizer Park. Reserve your seat for this historic match now at stlcitysc.com/tickets. Wednesday, July 30th at 7:30 p.m. That's stlcitysc.com/tickets. St. Louis City versus Aston Villa, presented by Purina.
Hey, it's Matt Paul.
Paulie for i3 Broadband, the internet provider in the Paulie household. I think you'd love it if you had them as well. We've got the 2 gig package at our home. 2 gig upload, 2 gig download mirrored, and we're spending less money than we did with the cable company for lesser service. Plus, right now, they've got savings over $400 beyond their already low standard pricing. You got questions? They've got answers. Call 877-976-0711, and they've got people there who can answer all your questions, or head to their website, i3broadband.com.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock right now, we've got sunshine. It is 95 degrees downtown at the Arch. Our heat persists, doesn't it, Dave Murray?
Michael, the extreme heat warning continues through Wednesday. We're going to be close to 100 degrees this afternoon. It's still a bit of a beast on Wednesday, but things continue to be on track for a lot of hope Thursday, Friday, and over the weekend. All the details coming up.
This hour's news is sponsored by the St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station. We're keeping tabs on potential Cardinals trades.
The Cardinals roster could look very different later this week after the trade deadline. Manager Oliver Marmol tells the Gas House gang that he tries not to worry about hypotheticals.
I try to not waste a ton of time on that until we have something in place, because then figuring out what that rotation looks like and who gets at bats is fairly easy. But until Mo calls and said, here's what's going to happen and here's the direction we're headed, I try to focus on just managing what I currently have.
Deals have already started to take place across Major League Baseball with the deadline at 5 o'clock St. Louis time on Thursday.
Matt Pauley, KMOX Sports.
St. Louis County Executive Sam Page is reportedly under state investigation. KMOX confirms State Highway Patrol troopers were at county offices yesterday, reportedly serving a subpoena for documents and possibly Page's cell phone. This might be connected to an Attorney General investigation into whether taxpayer funds were used for a political mailer earlier in the spring.
I'm confident we'll get some answers here soon.
If Sam Page shows up at tonight's county council meeting, Councilman Mark Harder wants to press him about this.
If these allegations are true, this is very disturbing to have a seated county executive being investigated for criminal charges.
KMOX has reached out to the Attorney General's office and is awaiting a response. Ghislaine Maxwell, the imprisoned former girlfriend of disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein, is open to answering questions from Congress, but only if she is granted immunity from future prosecution for her testimony, her lawyers said today. Did you just re-up your membership with Bar K? The popular dog-friendly bar near the Grove Entertainment District is closed permanently. In a letter to customers, Bar K says we regrettably do not have the resources to issue refunds. Customer Trey Shaw reacts to that.
My payment just went through yesterday, so I'm out that 25 and change. So I got lucky, I suppose.
Some St. Louisans report recently getting charged $250 or $500 for renewal of their yearly memberships, but Bar K's owners say all three locations, all in the Midwest, are shuttered. They blame economic pressures in St. Louis. The venue also faced a lawsuit over back rent from developer Green Street. If you love ice cream, you live in the right place.
Labor stats show Missouri has one of the highest proportions of workers in the ice cream making industry in the U.S. The North American Ice Cream Association is headquartered in Wildwood. Total Information AM spoke with Executive Director Steve Christensen about one of the big challenges for the industry, pricing.
As costs like fuel and transport and the butter index goes up and down, the raw product or the base product that a lot of ice cream shops use increases in price too.
Missouri is home to big factories like Prairie Farms and Good Humor Breyers, along with smaller manufacturers like the Ice Cream Factory in Lebanon and Clementine's in St. Louis. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
The KMOX Business Desk, St. Louis-based Spire is expanding south. The gas utility announced it's buying Piedmont Natural Gas Tennessee from Duke Energy for just under $2.5 billion. The deal, which needs regulatory approval, would bring Spire into its fourth state, add over 200,000 customers in the Nashville area. To help pay for the purchase, Spire says it might sell off other assets, including its gas storage facilities. If approved, the sale is expected to close early next year. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now to Stifel and Scott Bedell. Scott.
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone. Another day of profit taking and the end of several winning streaks in today's trading. At the 3 p.m. close, the Dow Jones Industrial Average found itself lower again, down 204 points, or a little less than 0.5% at 44,632. The six-day winning streak by the Standard & Poor's 500 index came to an end as that index fell 0.33% to 6,370. The NASDAQ Composite Index slipped a little bit more than 0.33%, closing at 21,098. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index fell again today, down a little less than 1% at 1,603. Checking on some stocks of St. Louis interest, Ameren gained 1.5% at $99.82. Peabody Energy up just a little less than 4% at $16.08. On the downside, Stifel Financial slid 1.5% at $110.09. Spire fell just a little shy of 4% at $72.83. Boeing lost 4 1/3%. They closed at $226.08. This has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, please visit our website at stifel.com.
It is another beast going through our afternoon. Partly sunny, hot, and humid. This should be the hottest day of this long-lasting heat wave. 99 to 100 degrees. We have not hit 100 degrees in this heat wave. Should be just short of the record of 103 from 1999. Mostly clear, warm, and humid tonight. 90s for evening plans, 79 for the low. Wednesday, partly sunny. Now, Wednesday is still hot and humid, but there will be a couple of thunderstorms around. 94 on Wednesday. Thursday, partly sunny. Couple of showers and thunderstorms around, but better temperatures as a backdoor cold front comes through fairly early in the morning. 84 on Thursday. Friday, sunny, 70s to near 80 degrees. Excellent weather. Temperatures right through the weekend. Hang in there. It's coming. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. We've got sunshine, 95. That feels like down to 99 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. Our attorneys are committed to you, your business, and your community. We are ready to serve you in the areas of business litigation, intellectual property, health law, and products liability. SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of lawyers is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday to you. Kevin Wheeler is, as we speak, driving across the country. I think he's around Lexington somewhere, right, Kev?
Right outside of Louisville, man. So hitting a little traffic here in Kentucky, but yeah, moving along pretty smooth all around.
So walk everybody through your trip. I think it's pretty interesting and makes you look like a good guy.
Or a dumb one or the other. Yeah. So my kid needs a little help moving from one apartment to her new one. And because the scheduling got all jacked up, the people that were going to help her cannot help her because they're working. So I am driving to Chapel Hill, North Carolina today. We'll be moving from one apartment to the other tomorrow. And then on Thursday, I'm driving back from Chapel Hill all the way to St. Louis. And then back in the office on Friday, baby.
Whew. How's it going so far? Are you bored to death?
Yeah, not too bad. I've been mostly listening to metal, so I've been keeping my energy up, listening to some music. I've been trying to track a little bit with baseball stuff and all that, but it's been pretty quiet today. But mostly that, man. Just got to keep the music going. Had Arby's for lunch, Dave, so that was fun.
Nice.
Oh, Wheels, I had Arby's the other night, and I got the Philly cheesesteak. Have you ever gotten that?
No, it's too messy for the car, but yeah, it looks amazing. But I get the today I went with the 2 little roast beef sliders and some chicken fingers. Just get all that stuff rolling together. But that thing tempted me. I was afraid it was going to end up all over me in the car, though.
It was pretty messy, and it was different than the Philly cheesesteak from Arby's I remember from my youth. I think I remember that being like the meat and then the cheese on top. This was all mixed together. So you made the right choice. It would have been way too messy for the Camaro.
Don't y'all just have a perfect vision of Wheeler heavy medaling across the country with Arby's sauce all over?
I got the horns out the window. Yeah. You got the picture right.
So, Kev, you said that things are quiet on the baseball front?
At least from what I've been able to tell. I mean, I only picked up a little bits and pieces on the radio side, or like when I'm stopping to get gas, checking Twitter. But most people that I've been reading, and most of the conversation I've heard from some of the national baseball folks is that and this is coming from their contacts inside the game, that Thursday seems to be like it's going to be the day, that it may stay quiet, maybe a move here, a move there between now and then, but most of it's going to be on the deadline day because that's when everybody's spurred to action.
Kev, were you listening at the beginning of the show when we talked about the Sydney Sweeney thing?
No, I missed it. Totally missed it.
Do you know about this at all?
I know that there's some controversy relating to a commercial, but I don't know anything beyond that.
This is probably stupid, but I'm going to try to educate you on it because I'm really fascinated. Rachel's on one side of it. Andrew's on the other. I'm really interested where you come down on it. So Sydney Sweeney, of course, beautiful young woman, is doing an ad for American Eagle jeans. The whole thing is a play between jeans, Jeans, and jeans, Genes. And she talks about, for your jeans, and you get your eye color, and I'm blue. And it's basically, it can be taken as eugenics, like I'm a beautiful white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes and I'm proud of it, or it can just be taken as, oh, it's a clever little double entendre, she's just selling jeans.
Yeah, it's probably that one, but whoever decided to write it probably should have thought about it a little bit more because, I mean, it's 2025, man. I mean, people aren't stupid. They're going to pick up on anything that seems a little bit off. I'm guessing she would have been oblivious to that. Not to say she's not smart, just to say that, like, I just don't think the average person quite thinks that through. But I believe it's probably more the innocent one, to be honest.
There you go, Rach.
Well,
Andrew, you're on an island alone.
The way Kevin said "all right" when you were describing it, I don't know why it made me laugh so hard. when you said like it's like a a play on like she's wearing jeans, but she also has jeans. And Kevin goes, all right.
It's called active listening.
I'm tracking.
Keep in mind. Keep in mind. I'm in dad mode right now, so you're getting kind of dad mode wheels.
What are you gonna do the rest of the day?
Well, I'm planning out when I'm going to stop for dinner.
Arby's again.
Honestly, I will tell you this. Maybe we'll go twice today and try the Philly cheesesteak this time. I'll definitely be listening to the Cardinals later. I mean, I got the MLB app where I can rock that in the car. So
yeah.
Later on, I'm good, man. Like from once we get to about 6:30 Eastern, I'm good because there's plenty of ball games, and that'll keep me busy.
Hey,
Between now and then, I have no idea, man. Maybe I'll count license plates or something.
Have you checked? Do you get the AM KMOX signal where you're driving right now?
I did just check it when I stopped for gas about a half an hour ago, and I could not pick it up.
Okay.
But I'll tell you this, when it's dark, I bet I would. The problem is during the daytime, it just doesn't reach that far, and there's interference from a lot of other radio stations that are kicking around.
You want to do DGS Happy Hour while we have Wheels?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Wheels, you got one?
Yeah, well, I kind of, but it's kind of a messy one to kind of introduce, but I'll do it real quick.
Okay.
So, and it's just based off of my little Clark W. Griswold road trip here. What's the worst road trip you guys have ever made? And I mean worst by just like it just felt a lot, like too much. Like I'm done. I'm over. I don't want to do this anymore.
I know mine. So I was dating a girl back when I was 21, and her brother lived in on the shores in Northern California and was moving back here. So I took my very first plane flight, flew out there, and drove back 3 or 4 days, I forget. And I remember in the middle of the night coming up on Salt Lake City, and it had to, however far the human eye can see is how far away it was. And I was delirious, and I just kept getting farther away, and I was like bonking and losing my mind.
Oh my God.
That's probably my worst driving.
Oh man. Like, and this one, by the way, is not my worst by any means. My worst one was in college, driving back from Miami to Detroit from college for the summer, and driving with one of our assistant coaches who also lived near where I did. And he kept like dozing off when it was his turn to drive. So I just said, screw it, dude, I'm driving. And I drove the whole way through like 22 straight hours.
Nick did that once and Phoebe did that once, much to my dismay. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot easier, to be honest, when you're like 19. You know, when you're 19 or 20, you're kind of like alert and awake, and you don't have to worry about it. You can put off sleep for days.
Yeah.
Megan and I drove to Memphis in like 2015, maybe. We were going to see a basketball game and do some other stuff down there. And on the way back, we were in this little rental car that we'd never driven before. And we could not, it was in the dark. We were driving back at night. We could not figure out, but we couldn't get the windows to stop fogging. So they were completely fogged.
Oh.
We could barely see anything. It was terrifying way to drive, nightmarish. It was also like storming.
Yeah.
And it was just like we couldn't see a thing. It just felt like we were going to crash the entire time we were driving. About an hour from home, we find that she flips down the visor for some reason, and on the visor there is printed instructions on how to fix the fogging up of the windows.
So they knew it was a problem.
That was there the entire time, and we just missed it. We just didn't see it because it was dark, so we had no reason to flip the visor down.
Rach, got anything?
Man, I don't have like a specific trip, but whenever I was in school, they were so strict about like, it was a Christian school, and it was like, you can't listen to rock and roll music. And they eventually just banned you from even bringing like a CD player or an MP3 player on any trips.
Yeah.
So we would take these long, like 8-hour trips to like a competition or something, or my senior trip, what have you. And I would just have to be sitting there basically in silence because everyone's like sleeping or whatever, with no entertainment whatsoever, and that always made me feel like I was going insane.
Yeah. That's bad.
That sounds awful.
It was bad.
That's bad. My happy hour submission is I love when the benches clear in the Major League Baseball. I was there the other night when it happened, and I love seeing the pitchers come running out. There's no way a pitcher's getting in a fight, but I just love it, and I love them going chest to chest and bumping, and then I love to see it settle down. I just love Wheels, you ever been in a benches clearing brawl?
Yeah. Mostly that would be like summer ball in college because nobody's afraid of suspensions or anything like that. Like in real college ball, if you brawl or you fight or you charge the mound or whatever, you get suspensions and all that. But in summer ball, it's kind of like freewheeling, and I was at the bottom of a couple of these. Being a catcher, you just like I've tackled the guys that have tried to go get my pitcher. So we had this crazy ass pitcher. I think it was after my freshman year in college. We had this crazy pitcher in this college league up in Michigan where I was playing who didn't like hitters very much, and this one hitter was like talking to him and saying, "Why don't you throw me a fastball?" and calling him all kinds of names, the P word, all that. Well, then the guy just threw the next pitch right into his head. So he goes to run. I tackle the guy. Everybody falls on top of me. It's not fun, man. Like it's fun in the ones you're describing where everybody's just kind of like milling around and there's a little pushing and yelling. It's not so much fun when there's a dog pile of people fighting.
Sounds fun to me. I'd have liked to have watched that one. I'd like to see at the bottom of that.
It's fun if you're the last guy in. It's not fun when you're the first guy in.
Yeah. Anyone got anything for happy hour before we let him go?
Have you guys seen the LeBron James Mpreg stuff?
Mpreg?
Yeah, MPREG. It's an art fetish thing referring to like men getting pregnant, like pregnant men.
Okay, that's pretty much what I thought it would be.
Exactly what it sounds like. So people have been using AI, specifically Interlink AI, which is a video making tool on AI, to make videos where LeBron James is an expecting father.
Sure.
He's
Why
pregnant.
wouldn't you?
He's pregnant. He's clearly very happy about it. A lot of times there's like other NBA stars that are perhaps like
Steph Curry's bringing him a lasagna.
Precisely. Like, well, Steph Curry maybe is the father of LeBron James.
Now we're getting a little weird.
That he's carrying. Yeah. And so they use these videos to make them. And LeBron is getting them taken down. He is having his lawyers send out cease and desist letters. And it's interesting to me because this is really like one of the first times that we've seen a celebrity, certainly one on the level of like LeBron James, not only be aware that there are videos where he's pregnant with like James Harden's baby, but also videos where like he's trying to get them taken down. He's having it referred to.
Hold on one
as
second. Ricky Horton may call.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay.
I
will be ready.
He's listening as we speak, and he's got a good story about a college brawl.
Perfect.
So
perfect. But it's one of the first times we've seen a celebrity try and get these taken
Ricky
down.
Sorry.
I'll give him a buzz.
Okay. We'll get to your story, I promise.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
yeah.
fine.
He said to give him a call now.
Well, I mean, I think if I can just kind of pick up where Andrew left off, I think it's great that LeBron is getting these taken down because I don't think anyone should have AI videos made of them without
I know
their
you're
consent.
very strong on this.
I think it goes down a path we don't want to go down that path. I think it's funny until it happens to you, and then it's like, hey, that's my face. I don't want you using my face.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
We've got Ricky here.
Ricky joined us now. Hello, Ricky.
I just hung up on Wheels.
Hey, you know, I can't get enough of you guys. I mean, honestly, we had our moment, but then, you know, listening to you and Wheels on his adventure talking, it's great. But Dave, you love baseball brawls. That's an interesting thing to love. I do. But I'm glad that you love that. And I wanted to add my 2 cents into that. You were asking Wheels about ones that he's been involved in. Bass story. College, we were playing VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University, and there was a play at third base. Their manager, our manager, both came out to argue the call because the umpire was indecisive. So then they start swinging at each other, both coaches. And then the bench is clear, every on the field, and I get back to the dugout 10, 15, 20 minutes later. My roommate, whose name was Mark Molesky, the shortstop, said, I got him. And I said, well, who'd you get? He goes, I punched our own coach at the bottom of the pile.
Oh, that's great.
He's like, but you got to be. And we didn't particularly love the guy. So, I mean, it was just awesome. Can you imagine a brawl where you're actually going after your own coach? That happened.
That's fantastic. Hey, Rick, I wanted to tell you when you left last time, Rachel wished you an early happy birthday. What she didn't say is that the two of you share a birthday tomorrow.
Birthday twins.
Oh, Rachel, happy birthday to you. I did not know that. We're birthday buddies. I like that.
I know.
That's
It's
great.
awesome. Thank you, Ricky.
Awesome, pal.
Yeah,
Thanks for
that's
calling back
terrific.
in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yep, see ya.
All right. Did we lose Wheels?
I accidentally hung up on him whenever I put Ricky up.
Hey, priorities.
Yeah. It was like, well, we're done with you. We have Ricky Horton. So.
All right. Enjoy your drive, Wheels. We'll check back in with you a little bit later. Quick break, right back, DGS.
Hey, what's up, Flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities.
And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips.
Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Tell you guys about Mosby Building Arts. Now, what you need to do is just sort of picture your house, and pretty much anything inside or out, Mosby does that. If they don't, they have people who do, and they can refer you. I have other clients who do other things, but Mosby is all about trust and expertise and a premium experience. I visited Mosby Building Arts a couple of weeks ago, and I was very impressed. Rich, who does the show now, took over for Mr. Mosby, just a great guy, and does a lot of their sales and their estimating. You couldn't be talking to a better guy for that. I was really impressed with their lower level stuff, like the man cave stuff, but it's not always a man cave. When I say that, you probably picture like big neon cardinal signs, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this is elevated. It's really, really beautiful. And then for my money, no one does the outdoors like Mosby. Just like anything that you can imagine, anything that you have seen, heck, anything you've seen on AI, we can make it happen. Whether you have a pool or just a patio, or you're looking for an outdoor grilling and cooking facility, whether you have 100 square feet or 1,000 square feet, just remember, everything with Mosby is easy. Everything is upscale. Everything is just holding your hand and making we don't want it to just be great when we leave and you're left with the project. We want the entire process to be great. 314-909-1800, mosbybuildingarts.com.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
That baby's gone!
Cardinals fans, FanDuel Sports Network is your home of the Cardinals.
That ball was mashed.
And there are more ways to watch this season.
Holy cow!
Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network to stream the Cardinals without blackouts.
How about that play?
Or watch through a TV provider.
Incredible!
Including DirecTV, Spectrum, Xfinity, Fubo, and more.
He got it!
Learn more at cardinals.com/TV.
Ball game! It couldn't have worked out any better for the Cardinals.
Summer is here. Time to enjoy baseball, barbecues, and the shade of your trees. When it comes to tree care, call the certified arborist at Gamma Tree Experts. Hi, I'm Tim Gamma. Protect your valuable trees from storm damage or devastating insects such as the emerald ash borer. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. For pruning, spraying, fertilization, or removals, call Gamma Tree Experts today at 314-725-6159 or visit us at gammatree.com. Your trees deserve the best care.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fire Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Soccer fans, St. Louis City SC hosts English Premier League giants, the Aston Villa Football Club. Wednesday, July 30th, 7:30 p.m. at Energizer Park. Reserve your seat for this historic match now at stlcitysc.com/tickets. St. Louis City versus Aston Villa. Presented by Purina.
KMOX is now on 104.1 FM, the same great station with even better sound.
Welcome back, DG Ask 326. Jay Leno says that late night hosts who take political stands are making a giant mistake because you are alienating half of your audience. That's not what people want. They don't want to be lectured to. You need to do it the way that he did it.
I think he has a point, and I think he's wrong at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has a point because we're talking about the medium of network television. And I think in that case, yes, you should try to appeal to as broad of an audience as possible because it's the free thing coming over the airwaves. It is everybody. You can't assume that everyone watching your show is like a resistance liberal or like a MAGA Republican. You should try to just speak to the human experience more. But then at the same time, we are living in 2025. We are incredibly siloed. We do have our choice of whatever we want at any time. And we can pick and choose. Like, yep, if I only want to, read the Daily Wire or whatever it is, I can make that choice. So I get where he's coming from because it is network television. But I think as a rule, at this point, he's wrong. And you probably should try to cater to a specific group.
Interesting. I have a hard time looking past how much I can't stand him.
Sure, like he is not the right person to be having this conversation.
He should just shut up.
He is just kind of an odorous presence to behold anyway, at the best of times.
Yes.
We got some Letterman fans in here.
Narcissistic.
Major League Baseball's trade deadline is Thursday at 5. What moves are the Cardinals hoping to make? Who'll stay? Who'll go?
You'd like to be on the other end where you're looking to add, but maybe there might be some version of addition by subtraction.
All day Thursday, stay with KMOX Sports for hourly trade updates, breaking trade deadline news when it happens, plus a complete look at what to expect on the Gas House Gang at noon and at 5. The Redbird Rush Hour will break down all that's happened with analysis and insight. The trade deadline. We've got it covered on the voice of the Cardinals. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Hi, I'm Andrew Suntrup. For over 30 years, St. Louis and St. Charles families have trusted Suntrup Buick GMC. As a proud family-owned dealership, we offer more than just great deals. We offer peace of mind. At Suntrup Buick GMC, you'll always find a huge selection of inventory to choose from, unmatched customer service, and every vehicle comes with our exclusive lifetime powertrain protection program. Visit in store or online at SuntrupBuickGMC.com. Save more at Suntrup Buick GMC.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, traffic's not terrible this afternoon as you're heading out the door, heading home. Westbound 70 is a little busy past Jennings Station. After that, it's good to go till you get out to Highway 8 as A through 61 kind of slow. Seeing some slow traffic on westbound 270 just west of the Canal Bridge, most of the way to the Chain of Rocks. Just busy through there right now. Westbound 64, good to go in the city, no problem. Just all the way to Wentworth, really. It's just a little busy at Prospect. That's not bad at all. Southbound 170, Brentwood to 64, slow. South 270, approaching Olive down through Manchester, but after that, it's good to go down to 55. Southbound 55, Gascon A through Bates is slow, a little heavy between McNutt and Highway A, but again, those are just slowdowns. The only backup we have right now, eastbound 64, east of 157, backed up most of the way up the hill to 159, and westbound 64 through Greenmount Road looks a little busy right now as well. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Renewal by Anderson is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Just dial pound 250 on your phone and say the keyword windows. That's pound 250 keyword windows, or head to rbastl.com.
Home title theft. It's on the rise, and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow against the house or sell the house. You may have no clue until you find out that your house has been sold, or till several loans or several banks are foreclosing on you.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. The instant they detect any tampering, you'll get an alert. And that's bad news for home title thieves. So when's the last time you checked on the title to your home? Find out if you're already a victim with your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value free with sign up. Just go to HomeTitleLock.com and sign up in minutes. That's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
We started Neovitin because we wanted to create a multivitamin for ourselves. That's why we focus on quality ingredients and formulas with our multivitamins. Neovitin 50 Plus multivitamins are formulated with over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our 4-ingredient physician-formulated proprietary blend for the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neovitin 50 Plus multivitamins a try for yourself. Find them at your local Schnucks, Dierbergs, and online at neovitin.com.
Serving the Metro East region with excellence, Anderson Hospital is proud to be named one of Newsweek's World's Best Hospitals for 2025. Experience world-class care close to home. AndersonHospital.org.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Anderson Hospital.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 1041 FM KMOX 334. Dave Murray joins us, and we just keep creeping closer, Dave.
Yep. It's just a slow process. As I keep saying, hang on. We're 95 right now with a dew point of 75. That gives us a heat index of 107. Ick. It's just gross.
Blech.
Man.
It's just gross.
Damn.
I know, man, that's right. But we're not going to hit 100. Out of this whole heat wave, we're not going to hit 100. How about that?
That's kind of crazy, right?
It is, but the humidity has been so high.
Yeah.
It's really tough to go over 100 degrees when our humidity is so high.
Dave, do we typically get one of these and we just forget it year to year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is a little long lasting. I'll give you that. But we always have one or two heat waves in the course of a summer.
Yeah. And so let's get excited. Like by Thursday, what are we looking at?
Yeah, we still have tomorrow to go.
I know. I'm just glossing over that
I
one.
know. There's so much talk about cooler weather coming that we think that it's coming like right now. But it's not. It's a beast all night long. It's a beast tomorrow. Partly sunny, hot and humid, 94. The key tomorrow is that there should be at least a few scattered thunderstorms developing during the afternoon into Wednesday evening. That's the backdoor cold front coming through. Prime time 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Scattered, though, the key word, not for everybody. But the stronger storms should bring some heavy downpours of rain and possibility of damaging winds. Thursday, partly sunny skies. There'll still be a couple of showers and thunder showers around. So unsettled skies Thursday, but better. 82 degrees for the high temperature. 95 right now, 82 on Thursday, 64 Thursday night. That is going to feel great.
Man.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, sunshine, wonderful, low humidity, temperatures in the 70s to near 80 degrees Friday and right through the weekend.
Sounds great.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
64 degrees. It's not even
Perfect.
64 degrees in my house. Headlines, Rage?
Perfect.
Headlines is brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. There's a new report that says the damages from the LA wildfire have topped $50 billion.
Wow.
And global disaster losses for the year so far total more than $131 billion. That's just the first half of 2025. But yeah, the bulk of the losses do stem from the LA wildfires. $53 billion in damages, with $40 billion covered by insurance. I mean, that feels like it was a long time ago that happened, but it was just earlier this year.
It does feel like a long time ago.
Yeah, in
just
the Eaton fire, they just discovered another body.
Oh, wow. Have they found all the bodies in Texas, or are they still looking?
You know, I'm not
I think
sure.
they're still looking.
I haven't
Okay.
seen that in
still
the
looking.
news too much in the past couple
No,
of days.
they haven't.
It's so wild how these tragedies happen and they're everything for 72 hours, and then we just move on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the news cycle is pretty fast.
A man was arrested at the U.S. Treasury building after climbing a gate. The Metropolitan Police Department's bomb squad examined
I like it.
examined a bag left by the man, but it was determined not to be an explosive device. So the suspect has been charged with unlawful entry and an outstanding warrant, and was taken to a local hospital for medical evaluation, but there were no Secret Service protectees present at the White House during the incident.
I clearly, this guy's not of his right mind, so he's not making good decisions. But what a dumb reason to go away.
Climbing a gate at a federal
like
building.
what do you get? You don't get anything. You didn't do anything meaningful. You didn't do anything even fun. You didn't do anything that's going to get you headlines. You just climbed a stupid gate.
Mm-hmm.
President Donald Trump is calling for the prosecution of former Vice President Kamala Harris and celebrities who endorsed her presidential campaign. He alleges the Democratic Party funneled millions of dollars to secure their support. He's made these claims on Truth Social. We haven't seen any evidence yet to support these claims, but, we'll keep looking.
Oh, we will.
He specifically accused Beyonce, Oprah, and Al Sharpton of receiving illegal payments for backing Harris. Nearly 60% of Americans disapprove of Donald Trump's handling of the Epstein files. Many voters, including independents and Democrats, expressed skepticism about his reversal on this topic. Some are suspecting it's a cover-up.
It's a cover-up of something. I'm not sure what it's a cover-up of, but they're certainly covering up something.
There's a lot of going back and forth. Have you guys heard this story about the subway manager that locked up a 10-year-old girl for walking on the floor that he had just mopped?
No.
Okay, this is crazy. Of course, it happened in Florida. A subway manager was arrested for false imprisonment after allegedly locking this 10-year-old girl in a back room after she stepped on a freshly mopped floor. This happened in Jacksonville. So she walked on the floor. The girl's mother was like, "Oh, go apologize for walking on the floor. You shouldn't have done that." Then the manager reportedly dragged the 10-year-old into a back room, locked the door, and made derogatory remarks about her parents. The mother was eventually able to free her daughter after scuffling with the manager and prying the door open. So he's scheduled to appear in court on August 13th. You want to talk about someone who's not doing too well mentally? What leads to your decision to essentially kidnap a child at your work and put them in a closet?
First of all, you're mopping a subway. So that's first. He should go to jail. I'm not saying he should go away for a long time. Subway will have their pantsuit off. They will pay $1 million. That's false imprisonment. That's emotional infliction of emotional distress on a minor. So just one of those things,
This is Subway. This is Subway the store, not a Subway.
Correct.
Oh, okay. I was confused there.
Yes.
Subway sandwiches.
False imprisonment is kind of a funny sounding charge because that implies that there's like a situation where you could like take a girl from her parents and lock her in a room. And
You
it's
don't
like,
get it.
that's
She
fine.
walked across the floor and I had just mopped.
No, this is
okay?
good. This is not false imprisonment. This is good imprisonment.
So when I was younger, I had just taken the bar exam and I was going to start my new job in October. And I was at a bar downtown, not downtown, but downtown-ish. And my roommate hit on a girl. She rebuffed him. He went in the bathroom and he punched a hole in the wall. So we're all drunk. And I go in there and I'm laughing. I'm like, hey, look at this. And the bouncer comes in. He grabs me thinking I did it, calls the cops, takes our IDs, locks us in, locks the door and locks us in. And I just graduated from WashU, and I just took the bar exam. And so I start chatty Cathy about false imprisonment. I'm going to own this place. And so about an hour later, the biggest, whitest cop I've ever seen in my life walked up to me. The guy's 6'8", 350 pounds, pulls out his nightstick, lays it on my head, and said, I dare you to say one more effing word. I'm going to split your wig. At the time, I had a wig, and so I was like, oh, my God, he's really going to do this.
This guy knows what's up.
So it turns out that the bar was owned by a couple. The wife of the couple worked at the law firm I was about to go to work for. And she went to her partners on Monday and said, I think I'm about to get sued for $1 million. This guy that just graduated law school, XYZ, and it went away. My roommate took responsibility for it. It went away, and they never found out it was me.
Yeah.
How about that?
What a mess.
Wow. I thought you were going to say, then you walked in right behind him like, do I have a case to bring on day one?
How about telling me he's going to split my wig, though?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That shut me up.
Yeah.
Don't split my wig, sir. This is $1,200.
That's a read.
All right, you guys want to talk about Labubu?
Yeah, always.
Please.
Labubu Dolls Boom prompts BBB warning about counterfeits known as Lafufu.
It is so impressive you were able to read that.
Yeah.
That was written like a tongue twister.
Yeah, it's made it all the way to the Labubu.
Labubu.
The Better Business Bureau has received numerous reports of fake Labubus being sold online and in stores. Now, keep in mind, I know we have a lot of Labubu collectors in the DGS audience. I know this is just taking the city by storm. Authentic Labubus have 9 teeth, a specific color face, and an authenticity stamp on the foot. The fakes may have different features and lack a QR code for verification, so watch out for those Lafufus.
I have all those things.
They're just finding out he's a little boo-boo. He's like, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 9 teeth.
Now I'm a Lafufu at best.
Eddie Murphy reveals he's going to star in a new Pink Panther film, saying, I'm the new Clouseau. That'll be interesting. I'm open to it.
I just hate to see him do it.
Yeah, there's no reason for it. Where no one's asking for it. Nobody wants it.
There's also going to be a Shrek 5. I thought there were like 700 of those already.
Yeah.
I loved Shrek as a kid. I have completely fallen off.
I thought 100% we just had 5.
Yeah.
And now there was going to be like 6 or 7.
One more story for you guys. Bed Bath & Beyond is coming back, but this time it's coming back as Bed Bath & Beyond Home. Wait, is that it? Hold on. I was looking at it earlier. It might be wrong. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. I was so excited to do this story.
I hope you're wrong, because it's going to be a big disappointment.
Yeah, it is Bed Bath & Beyond Home. Yep. They've kind of, in the past, they had transitioned to an online-only retailer. The name was bought by Overstock.com, but the parent company now has a new name, which is the Brand House Collective, and they're relaunching as Bed Bath & Beyond Home. So
that's stupid.
All right.
There, I've spoken. It's just dumb. You know, just like whatever. Do something or don't do something. Although Bed Bath & Beyond, I've not been there in years, but when I used to go, that's one of my places where, like, I will buy an $800 scale. Like, there's just something about that place that makes me want to spend money.
Well, yeah, that was always my thing. Is I would go to the one in Brentwood, and everything was just a bit too pricey for me, so I just couldn't really get down with the Bed Bath & Beyond lifestyle.
Now you can.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, one more day.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
This traffic report's a service of Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Heading home westbound on Highway 70. There's slow stuff west of 270 to about 5th Street. It's a little slow both sides of Highway K and west of A to Z, a little off the pace. Southbound 170 bogs down at Delmar. South 270 south of Page through Manchester, pretty busy. Then midway down from 44 to Gravel, you'll find a slowdown there as well. Westbound 64, just a little busy. Clayton, Skinker, McCausland, a little slow around Long Road. 364 to 70, the heaviest traffic out in the Westplex. Eastbound 70 downtown, Salisbury to the Muswell Veterans Bridge is slow. Southbound 55, Gasconade to Bates, busy, a little busy after that on the Joachim Creek Bridge. Still seeing a slowdown. Madison County, westbound 270, Route 3, most of the way to the Chain of Rocks, and of course, the roadwork back up. Eastbound 64 slow, approaching 157, most of the way to 159. I'm Roger Brand in the Michaels Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
Jerry Kelly swings next day installs no matter how late you call. And because they work later every day, they're faster when your equipment just needs fixing too.
That's MVP material.
Yep, simple fix or a full install, nobody gets you comfortable faster.
JerryKelly.com. The Kingdom OX City SC Soccer Showcase, presented by Michelob Ultra. Heads to Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill on Lindbergh Thursday, August 7th. A limited number of fans can get an autograph or a picture with City SC defensive midfielder Jake Gerwood Reich. Register to win great prizes, enjoy great food and a cold drink. Hot Shots on Lindbergh, the place to be Thursday, August 7th from 6 to 8 p.m. for the City SC Soccer Showcase, presented by Michelob Ultra. For more info, kingdomox.com/events.
So I remember it was the day after Christmas when Nick was about 15 years old, and he woke me up at about 2 in the morning. My stomach hurts. Let's take some Pepto-Bismol. A couple hours later, my stomach still hurts. We went to the ER. He had an appendicitis, had to have surgery. And at that moment, everything stopped. Nothing mattered to me at all other than my child was, in need of surgery. The simplest kind of surgery, nothing like orthopedic, but still let your child going under general anesthetic. So if your child should go down during a soccer game and be uncontrollably crying because they may have ripped an ACL or an MCL, or it could be you. If you need a really great orthopedic surgeon who's also a really great person, which matters, if you haven't met a surgeon that doesn't have the God complex, you need to meet more surgeons because it's pretty prevalent out there. Corey's very cool. A little bit of a goofball even. He's like a funny, affable guy. He's going to make you feel comfortable. Not a goofball in the OR. Really, really great surgeon. He is with the Midwest Orthopedic and Spine Specialist. You can call him at 636-231-5881 or Solman, that's SOLMAN, SolmanOrthopedics.com.
Soccer fans, St. Louis City SC hosts English Premier League giants, the Aston Villa Football Club. Wednesday, July 30th, 7:30 p.m. at Energizer Park. Reserve your seat for this historic match now at stlcitysc.com/tickets. St. Louis City versus Aston Villa, presented by Purina.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
How many of you think taxes are going to go up in the future? And if they do, who will be hit the hardest? Maybe it's you, headed for retirement. You've been saving in that 401k or IRA, and that money has never been taxed. And Uncle Sam is looking at that account like it's a big, juicy steak. What can you do about it? Join the All Financial Group for their Taxes in Retirement Seminar, Tuesday, August 26th or Thursday, August 28th at Fleming's. They believe a financial plan is not a retirement plan without a tax plan. Fund your retirement, not Uncle Sam's. Reserve your spot today by calling 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824 or online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Welcome back, DGS 351. Wheeler is driving across country. He joined us in the 3 p.m. hour. He will be with us again probably tomorrow, although I think tomorrow is the work day, right? Then he drives back on Thursday.
Yeah,
so
but he said he's desperate for a break, so.
He may be cranky.
He might be.
We don't need cranky baby Wheeler.
That'd be so out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Yeah, boy, I'd hate to see Wheeler mad.
Getting all worked up about something.
Yeah, I hate to see Wheeler all in a fuss about one thing
He's
or another.
so weird.
He's normally so even-handed.
Some fun facts?
Yes.
Iceland has an official list of legal baby names. 1,853 female names, 1,712 male names. You need government permission to give a kid a name that's not on the list. The point of the list is to preserve the Icelandic language.
They're all like Bjorg.
Yeah.
They're all weird.
My son, Fjorm.
I like Fjorm. Between
Freaks.
2020 and 2024, COVID-19 vaccines are estimated to have saved 2.5 million lives.
That's cool.
Sounds about right.
Pretty great, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That was so unfortunate that it was politicized because had Donald Trump won the election, he could have just said, Operation Lightspeed was mine. I saved 2.5 million lives, maybe gets the Nobel Prize. But because he lost, he got his diaper in a rash. And
yeah.
I don't know. I still think there would have been some vaccine hesitation. That's been building up for years. Like